Trigger warning. The following content may discuss sensitive topics such as mental health, abuse, violence. Please proceed with caution and take care of yourself. If you feel uncomfortable, it's okay to step away.
Kiki and whoever else wants to come in, like I say, I will sit quiet then once it all... Sorry, it's Pongo next door. Somebody must be up and down the site because all the dogs are going divvy. No, I just thought I'd start it again because nice if we got started. And wait a minute, I shouted Pongo. Pongo! Oh, bloody heck is like. Bloody Pongo. Well, hopefully it's staying on green. So, hello everybody and welcome in. And yes, I'm back, me babbies. So what I'm waiting for is, she said about 6 o'clock she had the kids to sort out and do whatever. So whatever they're going to do, it's something over. Good evening, everybody. Welcome in. That's it. Come on, get the screen. Come on, let's get 100k taps before we start. Hey, my Dave, 100k taps before we start, please. And we can have at least 100 reposts, please. Come along, everybody. Let's see them numbers going up. Here's my little Tory, and let us have a second.
Watch my videos and like.
Hello, me little baby. Back.
You alright?
I am. I'm over the moon to see you back.
Thank you, babes. We was doing a warm-up live until you came on. Apparently you're doing an exposure.
It's not me, my Tory, and it's Ginger Gemini and Kiki. Right. Some of the mods, ex-mods of the vomit one. So, listen, right. You know what I'm like for letting people use my platform? I said, of course they can. Right. However many times this needs, I don't know what's going to be said. I think it's just things that's come out and what's been going on. So it will matter to stand in the way of anybody. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you're just basically, your platform's basically the safe space for these people to come and talk their truth.
It is.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, guys, I'm probably gonna go and watch that. I'm gonna end this live.
I'm just being told, I don't know how far true it is, that the vomit one's deleted her account. So I don't know if he's one.
Yeah, that's what someone's put in my chat, that her account's deactivated, I think.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know what's going to come out tonight. But again, she is more than welcome to come in when everybody comes in. She can come in and have a say. Any current mods can come in. Any friends can come in. Nobody's getting stopped from coming in. But as well, I'm not getting people shut down left, right and centre when they can't get the voice out there. So again, who am I to stand in the way of that? I said they can use my platform, and that's absolutely fine. I don't know what's going to be said, whatever's happened, but it's just like making you wonder a little bit why she's like, what do you call it? Is it disembalmed or something?
Do you know what though? Yeah, Pal. Yeah. Do you know what it is? Sometimes, I don't know I genuinely don't know what Hayley's done or what she hasn't done yet.
Me too.
Sometimes the app just gets a lot, man. Sometimes you just need to just delete.
But that's me. I've just had a few days out just because things got a bit much, and then I've come back. But before I went off my Tory, and I did promise them that they could do this. So they've waited.
That's I hear that.
You know what I'm saying? So why I'm back and I'm in the mood, just because there's things going on, and I don't know what can happen at any given minute, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So just while the going's good, they can use it today while I'm back. But so no, but I'm over the moon to see you back, me baby.
Thank you.
And I had your sister in the box the other night.
Oh, she's so embarrassing.
Behave yourself.
She's not allowed in the. She's trying to get clout off me. She's trying to get her platform off of me.
You tell her to come here and say Auntie P.
No, I'm joking. No, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. No,
you're welcome. You're welcome.
But yeah, I think everyone over here is they're all saying they're coming over to you anyway to watch this.
Okay, doke, me babs, like I said, but we love you this side and we're glad you're back.
Love you lot. Thank you. Big up yourselves. All right, cool. Everyone have a good day.
You too, my Tory.
Right,
bye, me baby. Bye. Oh, that was nice, and I'm pleased that she's back. Do you know it wasn't the same when you just didn't see Tori? It's like not seeing Alicia everywhere. Yeah, it would be weird, wouldn't it? Well, that's what it was like with Tori, and you just expected to be in everywhere. So it's nice that she's back. Again, I don't know why. Thank you, everybody. That's it. Come on, we up to 40k nearly. We're not starting anything till we've got at least 100k taps and 100, and we're 90 reposts. Come on, we on track, babbies. Yes, and whoever doesn't know, well, the burger vans is getting sold, the 2 of them, and I'm going to be starting doing TikTok shop. Stop it, precious. No, go and lay down. You've just been out. Go and lay down. No. Good girl. Go and lie down. Go and lie down. No. Oh God, it's a cow. Honestly, a proper. I hate it. She aggravates the life out of me. She tings on the baby gate. She aggravates the life out of me. So I don't know what I'll be selling yet, my Kelly. But it'll be cloths, rugs. I'll be advertising everything. Clothes. So I will be modelling clothes. Whatever cooking things that I get, I'll be using them as I'm showing them. So I intend to do a lot of things, like I'll do all of me cooking out there, make all the mess out there, and the cleaning things, yellow cloths, carpets, bedding, throws, just anything really. Do you know what I'm saying? I know Pongo again. Fucking hell, if I haven't got Precious this side, Pongo's that side. Hey, my Scrappy, there's a couple of bags of clothes up to now. They cooked in the burger van out there, but wait till my Jane and has her sort out, and then I'll ring you and you can come and pick them up for your clothes bank. Be honest with your... I'll definitely be honest with the reviews like these. Listen, I'm going to rave on about them big style, because they sell them on the TikTok shop. They're me go-to for everything. And what I love about these, you get loads of microfiber cloths, and some of them, they streak, and when the sun comes through... Big up my Dan. Thank you, me baby. They streak, they do everything. These genuinely don't. I use one with liquid or the Spanish cleaning stuff in to wet it all, dry it off, and then polish it with a, not a streak inside. Not a streak. And I love them. I use them for everything. Even me coughs. Get out of here. Piss off. That's it. Take it off for 10 minutes. Bastards keep fucking requesting us for battles. Piss off. I will be getting people in the boxes in a bit. Makes a good snot rag. It does. Exceptional good and soft to the touch. But no, I'll be doing all kinds. So that's a few little things that's in the pipeline. The downside to it is you've got me even more. Now, how do you think about that? Pearl, can I have £50? Babby, if I had it, things is just difficult at the minute. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a woman out of work now. Well, not for long. I'm going to be straight back into it. But good evening, everybody. Welcome in. Big up my Mickey. Thank you, me baby. He's my little sweetheart.
Oh, I feel like this is the last live I'm ever going to do. I think I'm passing away.
With you got the run. Oh, you were talking to Joey. I thought my no face was asking me, have I got the runs there? What did you say, Dan?
I think I'm passing away.
Can you do it quietly, please?
Fuck off.
That'll learn him with the buzzballs. See, he will be a pig and have one of them big uns instead of sticking to them little uns, and you know what you're having. Do you know what I'm saying? So I've got no sympathy for him.
I got up off the dining chair and when I drunk the rest of it, I thought, right, I'm going to walk to the shop. I fucking fell straight into the wall.
Thank you, everyone. Charity for you. Thank you, everyone.
I said to Joey, will you order me wine? Anyway, he sent me food. He said, get that fucking hat and get in bed.
Yeah, he's put himself back to bed, which I don't blame him. What was I going to say there? So, yes, everybody, so it's just nice to be back, nice to be having a little chat with you. I feel loads better. Thank you for all of your beautiful messages. I just needed them few days just to recharge again. Do you know what I'm saying? the red ones give me the runs. The only ones I really drink, I don't like the others, they like petrol, is the chocolate ones, because I've never tried the pina colada ones and a coffee one there is. I forget what you call them, but I've never tried them yet.
I hate the mango lime, literally, that's what I said before. Never again will you see me drink a buzzball. I can't do it.
Shut up till the next time.
No, I'm going back to my spirits.
Espresso. Oh, now I love. See, I like my vodka, and I love that. The vodka, Tia Maria, and lemonade or Coke. Now I like that. That's nice.
Ooh,
and
I might start with Malibu.
I love Malibu and pineapple. Hey, my Irish. I love me Voddy dear, so me too. I like that. I've got it in the cupboard, my Leanne. I love that. But the other thing the other night, you know, me with me measures, there's the black Russian and the white Russian, isn't there? That's with the Coke and the lemonade. So I like them all. I love the pink gin and lemonade. Love that. See, I like vodka and gin. Mainly they're my go-to drinks, but it is what it is. I'm partial to trying anything. I've never tasted whiskey. I can never ever in my life say I've ever tasted whiskey. I just don't like the smell of it. Pearls Fire Insides. I love Kraken. I don't know what that is. Spiced rum.
It's not, that's fucking lethal.
What?
Kraken.
What is it?
It's a rum, but it's very strong.
The loveliest, nicest rum I've ever had was in Jamaica itself. They're proper, what they call their own Jamaican rum. I don't even know what you call it. Hey, my Millsy. I went to say Millsy Wagwan. That's what I went to say. But hey, my Willsy.
What's happened to boxes?
It's fine. It's big up my Millie. Get on there. Aren't they lovely, them? Oh, thank you, my Millie.
There was part of the competition a bit ago, but I don't think they are anymore.
I don't know. They're lovely, them. Really nice. I've never seen them till Millie started to give me them. But that was lovely. Thank you, me baby. And make sure everybody is following our gifters up. Thank you. So we've gone over the likes and we've went over the reposts. Can I? Rum cream pearl. I don't know if I've had that either. I don't know. So what we're going to do is when whenever Gemini comes in, mods, if you put her in, and if Kiki's in, if you put her in, and we'll start once they're all in, and then I will be going on quiet to let them out. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yes, that's what I'm expecting coming across from me, baby. A big roar across.
We're finally even keel now.
You know, all of this, like where I've been financially groomed. Oh, I like that. You look yellow. That puts me in the mind of Angie. I'm not fucking yellow. I've got a yellow fucking light.
Oh, thank you, Millie. Have a kiss, bitch. Thank you.
Look at that. Oh, Millie. Dan's teddy feeling a bit worse for wear. I've been financially... Shut up, Joey. You're always financially... You, the groomer. When I've come to think about it. Dan, you need one of those weight cuddly animals. My Pearl's got one of them, and it proper weights. It feels like it's like the weight of a baby when you're cuddling them, and it's a furry animal. I think that's what them is. She's got one. I wouldn't mind financial grooming. Would you not, my Drew? So you'll have to hang fire with us, me baby. So we've got 15 minutes till you. Hi, Pearl, me baby. Hi, my Mickey. How are you, me baby? And hello to all me mods. You know I love you all. Even me bloody trolls I love. As long as you're tapping that screen and commenting, I don't mind the trolls being in. No, nobody gets blocked out of here. Unless you're being a bastard. That's a different kettle of fish, as they say. But that's all that we're waiting for, is for them coming in, then we'll get started. Like I said, I don't know what's going to be said. I'm just allowing them to use my platform. And then I have to get onto my Billy, because my Billy wanted to do something, and I forget now what it was. So I'm going to have to get in contact with him and tell him it's okay as well for him to come on. Good evening. I'm so here for this. Like I say, who's ever got on Ruthie, it was about a woman named Ruth, yeah. But anyways, like I say, my Billy, he'll be on and do his. Hey, my Kiki. Sorry about before, but I was best off going off and coming back on with proper reception in case halfway through it just cut out. So all we're waiting for, me baby, is for Gemini coming on, and then whichever other ex-mods is going to come up. Yeah, so they say account's gone. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to be said tonight. We'll just have to wait and see. So just bear with, as me baby says. We're just waiting for Gemini and whoever else is coming in, and then they'll go through everything with you. But this needs to stop. Hayley isn't in a good way. I ain't doing anything, and we all haven't been in a good way, and Kiki hasn't been in a good way, Charlotte.
Mental health didn't matter before.
You can have your opinion if you want to come up in the box and say why you think this is, but listen, if things are going to come out, they're going to come out, right? So for a long time, Kiki wasn't in a good way. And this is what we're making these like things on to let people know. Also, what she has done to people and like running in the shadows, because there's a lot of people trying to shut things down, and this is why people get frustrated. Just let come out what's going to come out. Let people have to say what they're going to say, and it's done. Then everybody can come up and they can have their opinion on things. As she's always on here, she doesn't care about nobody's opinion on here. She doesn't give a flying fuck about anybody on here, and she'll do and say what she wants to say. So that's what she's forever saying, and if that's what she's putting out, so be it.
Well, it was only on your platform a few hours ago. People were saying, no, mental health isn't a get out clause. So you delete your own words now, Huns. And we can all sit there. Your mental health's not bad when you're thinking.
But listen, what's happening here is these creators that's trying to get things out are getting shut down constantly. Well, I'm sorry. If somebody wants to say something, I'm not going to shut anybody down. But why they come to me for is they know they'll get it out to a wider like audience sort of thing. It should stop on all parts. Exactly, but not before people's had their say, and let them see both sides of the coin, not what one certain person wants to do.
It's all right saying leave it now. No, why don't everyone else have the opportunity to have their say? She's been ranting
people
like
saying leave it when all of the mods were threatening Kiki to come through a door and was not going to stop at the door, were going to do her damage. Were people saying stop it then? No, they weren't. They were praising her up. So we'll just give the energy both ways now and let whatever Gemini and Kiki is going to say. But listen, they're all in now. So hello my Gemini, hello my Kiki. What we're going to do is, I don't know if you want big boxes or whatever, you'll just have to say, we're going to go on mute, we're going to let you do what you want. If you need the mods to let anybody up, just tell them who you're waiting for coming up.
Yeah,
to let them in. But the platform's yours. Just keep it respectful, and do you know what I'm saying? Like, use safe TikTok words, and I'll let you get on with me, babbies. So, mods, can you put who's going to be speaking most? You, Gemini?
More than likely. I've got a timeline of things, and I've got videos to show as well.
That's it, everybody.
It leads up to Kiki and stuff, and it leads up to other things. I just wanted to, if that's all right, I can just talk and then play the videos.
You do whatever you want. I'm going to go on mute, and if I go off camera, you know I'm only saying to sweetheart here. So, and our Dan's going to stay on mute. So, the floor's yours. Good luck, classes, and say what you've got to say.
Well, I'll be back in a bit to need nip shop and that.
Okie dokie, me baby, right?
Okay. Thank you so much first for having us up.
You're welcome.
This was never about hating on someone or dragging someone down. This was about listening to the victims' families and not basically being good and kind, you know. And we just want a bit of accountability, but we'll see what we get from this. So we will.
Okay. Right, I'm going to go on mute. So listen, whoever you want up, just you talk out, because I can't have no input in this. I don't know anything about it. So just do what you're going to do and I'll sit on mute, right? But good luck, lasses.
Thank you, Pearl.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Are you all good, Kiki?
Yeah, when you get to my part, can I read a statement out, please?
Yes, 100%, 100%.
Thank you.
Okay, so from what I believe, Hayley Comet started on here 3-4 years ago. I believe she had good intentions when she started out, and I believe she wanted to do the right thing. But Hayley and Becca were friends, and they had a falling out. When they fell out, Hayley said that Becca was live drinking and taking rugs around her child while she was sat drinking a can of cola. After that, they were civil for a while and then fell out again. And she's seen Becca at CrimeCon. She sent a recording to Carrie, and this recording, hold on, I'll get my camera on. 2 seconds, and I'll play you the. This is it here. This is the recording that Becca, there's a trigger warning with this. This is the recording that she said about Becca. Oh, why is that not playing? Oh, sorry, that's not playing, so it's not. All right, well, that's not playing, that one. Sorry about that. So basically, she called Becca a disabled, or she called Becca MONG.
Ginger, is your volume up on it?
Yeah, it's up. Someone's just commented on the video because I uploaded it, and obviously the sound's been taken down off it because of what's in the recording.
Okay, go on.
So basically, she called Becca an MONG. So she had. Sorry. And then Hayley had come forward and put an apology video out because this voice note was leaked. We'll get the apology video. 2 seconds. I'm so sorry. Perla was scrambling to put all this together.
Can I just say that the apology was never made to Becca, like in person, like or privately, and publicly. While she apologised in private, she was never sorry. She never. She always went back on her apology and would constantly say, "I'm not sorry. I'd do it again, and I will say it again." And she did say it again.
She claimed to say that she didn't know what this word had meant. I would think Kiki could tell you that she did know what she did know what this word had meant. So I'm going to play you her apology now.
So I want to make this video in reaction to a video that's been made about me with a leaked voice note, and I'm going to be truly honest with all of you guys. So that voice note is me. It is a voice note that I made out of frustration over a year ago after some truly horrific circumstances had gone on for weeks and weeks. I don't want to drag those situations back out because I am healed from that situation and I have moved so far past those people. Now, the voice note that was leaked, I used a word that is seen as a slur against the disabled community. However, I was not aware of that at the time, and I did not mean it in that way. I also did not know until afterwards even that person claimed to be disabled in any way. I had no idea of that. I threw it.
That's a key point there. She says that Becca is claiming to have autism.
Out as just like a cuss word, and on reflection I have learnt from that. What happened when I used that word, and it was released on TikTok by that same person who's done it again, and I apologized straight away and I took full accountability, as I will now. I then spoke to several members of my own community who explained to me what that word actually meant to them and how it offended them. I made several apologies to all the people who were hurt, and I will again apologise to anyone who is hurt by that word. Since that time, over a year ago, I have taken time to reflect. I will never use that word again, and I have apologised to the person I said it about as well. Now, to me, it's being dragged out again after over a year, after apologies were made on both sides and accepted, and the decision was made to both go our separate ways in the world of TikTok and content creation, and now they've decided to jump on a hate train against me and re-release that voice note. Now, again, I've come back on live and I have apologised again to anyone new who follows me who may not have known the story originally. I cannot keep apologising for the same mistake. And this voice note is being used, and the person is jumping up in comments saying, like, my confidence was affected and all this. This is not the case. It was after weeks and weeks and weeks, after a group of people making my life a misery, that I used a word I shouldn't have used. I completely own it. That is so unbecoming of me as a person, and to anyone who it has offended, I again apologise. But this was left in the past, and I just question why now, why you choose to bring it back out, despite the fact everything was all good in that situation. And I just wanted to give you guys a heads up, because I know that video has been viewed several times and that people are going to change their mind or become angry at me. It was a stupid moment. I am only human. I'm not perfect. But I can promise you that when I make a mistake like that, I learn from it and I will never repeat that mistake. Thanks for listening, guys.
So Becca actually left the app, so there was no hate campaign, there was no apologies made, nothing. And Hayley's community have also used that word towards me, so they have. I also have another video here. Becca wanted me to play it. I think this is the one.
He was like...
2 seconds. There's one here where Becca proved basically that she wasn't sitting on live drinking, and she was, sorry, the video's not coming up.
It is our fault.
The video's not coming up. So yeah, basically Becca wasn't sitting on live drinking with wine. She had a can of Coke in her hand, and there's videos out there to prove that. After this, Hayley fell out with a girl called Carrie. Carrie is the girl that handed the voice note to Becca Smith. And Carrie suffers mental health issues, so she was just a viewer. She then brought Carrie's estranged mother up to dispute Carrie's essay. Honestly, it's absolutely disgusting, so it is. I have a video for that too. 2 seconds. On Fresh Clips. Sorry, Pearl, I was really trying to get all this together, so I was.
No, you're fine. Go on, just take your time. Don't panic, you're fine. Becca, who everybody's on about, is, you've seen her up and down on the app. She was in my box the other day. It's EQ's cousin, Becca, the blonde girl, so that's who Becca is.
Does anyone want to share this to Becca to get her in here maybe to talk on it? Because I know she was willing to speak on it.
Yeah, people saying they've shared it to her. So mods, if Becca comes in, if you can put her in the box, please. Thank you.
Sorry, Pearl, I'm a wee bit nervous, so I am as well, because this is a big thing for everyone, you know.
Listen, just take your time. It's fine. Just take your time and don't panic.
I've been trying to upload everything that I need as well. All right, okay. Well, we can move on to After Dark after that. I don't know what Hayley's original issue was with After Dark. Hayley seems to have an issue with anyone that is in the true crime community as well. After Dark stays out of all the drama, doesn't get involved in anything. And then she accused After Dark of mocking a scar that she has through DV. Now, a lot of Hayley's community has come forward and said to me that this is not a scar through DV. It was a scar from what happened with her brother. Her brother pushed her when she was younger. So I'm going to play that video.
So I know it's one of the hardest days of my life. But when I read it in the actual articles, it's just like reading someone else's story. Because it's not my story anymore. It's not my story. It was. Yes, Little Miss Candy. Which is one of the reasons they wanted to out it, because he's the girl's dad. But still. I was stabbed in 2010, I'm the same. Yeah, Elizabeth, literally, I have scars all over my throat. Look here. From being... See? I have the same scars that people want to joke about, right? Sorry. It was. Yes, Little Miss Candy. Which is one of the reasons they wanted to out it, because he's the girl's dad. But still. I was stabbed in 2010, I'm the same. Yeah, Elizabeth, literally, I have scars all over my throat. Look here. From being... See? I have the same scars that people want to joke about, right? This is funny.
Right, sorry, that's playing over and over again. After this, Hayley decided to cover the Nicola Bulley case. Unfortunately, because of the exposure the other night, did you hear about that in Wiggy's room? So we were asked to do an exposure in there. I was unwilling, not really willing to after all the things he's done to me. But I was decided to let things go. But I was spoken to like absolute crap in there, so I left. And then all the clip pages took their clips down. And some of them are on holidays and can't put them back up. So I'm just going to talk on the Nicola Bulley stuff. She accused her husband of unaliving her, along with other creators, and the husband and children had to leave their homes and go to a safe house. Hayley also accused Nicola Bulley's husband of trolling her. There was an article put out by the police, which anyone can look up, to say that online creators, online armed detectives made that an absolute shit show. She also put the kids' pictures out, and that no one had the kids' pictures. The media didn't have the kids' pictures, and nobody put them out. Hayley was the first one to do it. So then we move on to the Jay Slater case. A couple of them videos have actually been taken down as well, but I'm sure I've got a few of them. There was a lot of accusations made in that. Hayley said that she spoke... Actually, here it is. Hayley said that she spoke to Warren Slater and said that she spoke to Warren's wife, which is completely untrue. Warren's put a statement out to say that this lies. Here's a voice note of her saying...
Thank you so much for the advice. Yeah, the cases I cover, right, every single victim lives with me forever. Like, honestly, like, especially the child victims, people in my kids' age, like, they just stay with me. I'm so protective of the Madeleine McCann case because I've heard people say some awful things like, I think this happened to her, that's happened to her. And I'm like, don't say that. You don't know what happened to her, so why are you discussing that? It really breaks my heart. But for people to make comment on how I'm covering cases when literally I put my whole heart into them. But I wasn't I was sleeping 2 hours a night because I was just waiting for updates on Jay all the time. I was so concerned about what happened. I was supporting, like, I don't want this to get out, but I was supporting his stepmom consistently because Warren's out there.
Sorry, I accidentally thingied my phone. 2 seconds.
Stepmom consistently because Warren's out there. She's not, and she has a daughter of Warren, so it's Jay's stepsister, and she messaged me last night and said thank you for being my voice, thank you for always keeping me up to date on what's going on out there, and thank you for just giving me someone to listen to me. And I'd be on the phone for her for 2 hours a day, and I've never once said to anyone I was talking to her, and I've never once put her name out because she's trying to keep her daughter safe. But you know, I was hearing heartbreaking things about Warren out there, and I was being sent videos of him searching, and I was being sent like the worst possible things, and I was still trying to be there for her and her daughter. I never would have gone live and said, oh, by the way, I found out this and that from her, because I actually generally care about her as a person, because I know that Jay not being her son means that she doesn't get to be sad, whereas, you know, it's still a massive part of Warren's life, and so hers as well. There's lots of parts of this case where behind the scenes I've been supporting different people like Millie and stuff, and no one gives you credit for any of that stuff because no one knows about it, so people just attack you all the time. But you know, there was days when if I made a video and let everyone see every single one of Lucy's messages, I would have got millions of views, but I would have had no integrity left. So I always weigh everything up. So it broke my heart a bit the way people attacked me for the case, because I honestly can say today that I'm not sorry about one single thing I said or opinion I had in that case, because it was all with the simple fact of trying to find Jay and put the truth out there, so maybe we'd be able to find Jay alive.
So through this case, Hayley made the wildest accusations. So she accused the mother of having part in it. She said that the father didn't care enough like the Irish dad did, and should have been booting doors through. The discord on this was absolutely disgusting, and they tried to pass it off as true crime. And the Slaters actually put a statement out, so they did, which I'm going to play now.
Can I also just say that at some point Hayley did say to on a live that she'd shown the moderators, including myself, her conversations with Jay's dad and stepmother, and that never occurred. We had to say it did, but it didn't occur. We've never seen those type of messages.
What I feel like.
I remember her saying that, and I did question that, but yeah. Can I just use Debbie's little clip?
1 second, my Gemini. So she used to make use as mods, my Kiki, say you had either seen things or heard things when you never.
Yeah.
Right.
Ginger, you're still on mute.
Sorry.
I'm Debbie. As a lot of you remember, my son years later went missing last June in Tenerife. He was found having tragically fallen to his death. During that time, and to this day, our family and friends have continued to suffer due to the misinformation and lies being spread on social media. There are still videos being made on a daily basis. Families like ours deserve the space to grieve. We need social media companies to do more to protect people and for Ofcom to be held accountable. With Jay's law, we can do this. So I need your help to sign and share this petition. Thank you.
Now, during this, the documentary, the Discord was going on, and they were watching the documentary. I actually have the Discord, and it's not a closed Discord. Anyone can pay £3 to get into this Discord. And I'm just going to get that up now. So I am. Some of the comments made in this were actually made me sick to my stomach. I'm just going to get that now. I knew that she had got all you guys to lie. Because if she had proof, she would have put it online like she's done with everyone else. Right, okay. Sorry about the signs with it. 2 seconds. Okay. So they're talking about Debbie here. She's a bit fake. I can't warm to his mum. Fake she is. I don't trust Debbie one bit. Hubby doesn't know much about the case, and even he's awake like, nah, this is upsetting. Debbie knows more than she's letting on. My brain can't get into this. I'm sorry. See, even when she found out they found him, she looked like she's acting the part. And then Ella wrote bullshit. Is Debbie's tissue a prop because there's been no tears or snot? If anyone wants to see any of these, they're all on my page. There was one here as well that said about at least the animals in that mountain were well fed. Now, they tried to pass that off as a true crime comment, but there was loads of laughing faces underneath all of this. They're basically questioning Debbie and calling Debbie names, making fun of her looks. Hayley has relentlessly trolled Debbie and said some horrific things about her. Is there anything you would like to add to any of that, Kiki? Is anything you remember from that?
No, not at the moment, sorry.
There's the one with the lobby as well. 2 seconds. She actually sent Jail's Tales out there to harass the family after the inquest.
He did promise me
for questions.
yeah, he did. I'm going to keep talking about Jay Slater regardless, and I'm never going to hold those pathetic lives like they do, where I'm slandering people and getting 12 people in the box to talk about one person.
Fair play to Luggett shut in Tenerife Tom down last night though, because he tried talking about you, Hayley, yesterday on his live, and Luggy was like, "No, we're not here for that." But they did shut him down when it comes to like talking on other creators. So I thought fair play to that.
Yeah, he did promise me he would do that.
Sorry, if you mentioned that she sent somebody to the, is it the inquest? I'm not good with the...
Yeah, Jail's Tales. She sent Jail's Tales to the inquest to harass the family for answers to her questions.
I promise you I'm going to protect you. And then he let After Dark got to me off, then Chris Tenerife, then Millie, then Tenerife Tom. So I blocked him. And
Luggy was like, "No, we're not here for that." But they did shut him down when it comes to like talking on other creators. So I thought fair play to that.
Yeah, he did promise me he would do that. But
yeah, he
we
did
have to stick together, put out the facts. You don't have to agree with everything everyone says. And obviously, I'm only posting about things that I can link it to something. Thank you once more time. Let's follow all of the people who are looking for the truth.
I thought to myself that it was the same.
Sorry, I'm really getting mixed up in all these videos, so I am. Because it's not my real... Okay.
Ginger, can I just say something? From my memory, and I can't be 100% sure on this, so I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I remember her saying that she offered to pay whoever she sent to the inquest. I can't be 100% sure whether I'm correct in that, but I'm pretty sure I remember that. So people saying whether I'm lying or not, I know stuff behind the scenes because I was a mob.
There are videos on TikTok to prove that she sent people, and there's videos of her saying, "Oh, I sent someone to the inquest." So it's all on TikTok. So it is. It's just because it's the person that had all the clips on holidays and didn't unfavorite them. This is Warren's statement.
So Warren, Jay Slater's dad, has released a statement on his TikTok, and it reads as follows. "Hi, just thought it's about time I said a big thank you to all those kind, genuine people for supporting me and my family, and for taking Jay to your heart and realising he was a son and not just a story. And to say, after reading and seeing the evidence, it was a sad accident of an adventure of a young lad. So can we now just let our son rest in peace and stop with all the conspiracy? Thank you, Warren." He goes on to confirm the following. "I have never spoken to Hayley Comet. I have only ever spoken to Wax." That's Wax Lyrical, the YouTuber. "Because at the time, I wanted to blame someone. And Mariana, give it a rest." My thoughts on it are, Wax Lyrical, Hayley Comet, Mariana, some of the key trolls in this saga. And yes, they do need to give it a rest, but so do the rest of them. Now, people are blinkered to what has actually been put forward in the media, and I'm sure there's been a lot more, particularly a lot more said in the inquest that didn't go reported because of the lengths of the inquest and the amount that people say. So yeah, come on now, it's time to give it a rest. Let this family grieve, let this family get on with their lives. Stop trolling the family. Stop acting as though you're seeking for some sort of justice in this. They feel they've got the answers and they want to move on with their lives. So please respect that.
Yeah, it's sad, so it is. It's just when people are asked to back off, you know. And even after the inquest came out and it was determined that it was an accident, Hayley had said herself, as much as we don't want to offend the family, it's the victim we need to think of, and we need to fight for justice for Jay. Now, it's up to the family what they want to do. It's not up to Hayley Comet. It's not for Hayley Comet's conspiracy theories, you know. It needs to stop. I think this one.
And it plagued my head and
Right, okay. I'm going to move on to another thing as well. Kiki, do you remember when she sent the Coast Guard out as well to look for Jay Slater? sending the search, what was it, 30 miles away from Jay Slater was actually found?
Yeah, she did quite a lot. Like, it was, oh God.
She advised her viewers to send the search out to the sea, 30 miles away from where Jay was found. So nobody should be interfering in any, ongoing cases. Obviously, to bring awareness to it, that's amazing. So it is, bringing awareness to things is amazing. But yeah, so I'm going to move on to the Adriana Young stuff. So Hayley had contacted Adriana's dad, and actually, London's in the chat. Can we get London up? London, do you want a request?
Mods, do you want to pop them in, please? Thank you.
London Star took a lot of trolling of Hayley. Well, London didn't actually say much about Hayley, to be fair. She just said about how the case was handled. And Charlene as well. Charlene Marie, if you're in here. Some of the stuff said about London's child by Hayley is absolutely disgusting. I have the video for that too. It'd be easier if they come up to talk on it. Hello, Charlene.
Hi, Charlene.
Hold on, she's on mute.
Hello. Sorry about that. I had to get myself in a quiet zone. Hi, is London up?
London's definitely in the chat, so she is. I'm just going to get the first video up here, so I am. Do you want to speak on your experience?
This is in relation to obviously Adriana, the Young case. I think obviously when you're running a platform that centres on like dark, violent, true crime content, all the abuse, murder of children.
You need to say it on a live. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm so not TikTok savvy, like to know all the words that you can say and can't say. Obviously, she's running a really, really large platform, and obviously she reached out to the Adriana Young family. And there was multiple different things that happened that just really crushed her integrity as a person and just really made a time when someone's child has been unalived so much more painful than what it probably already was. I just think she really overstepped the mark, and this is me, just somebody just watching her, used to follow her, used to quite like her true crime content. I felt that she used to present it relatively well, even though obviously it is recycled information because it's not her own editorial content, is it? She's just reading stuff online and obviously representing it. But even in that aspect, she did it quite well when she sticks to the facts and she doesn't go off on a tangent, creating scenarios that don't exist, adding editorial content that is just not true, or making up lies, saying that she's got this contact within the family and this information's been passed to her, like trying to make herself obviously more substantial than what she is. And in regards to the Adriana Young case, her behaviour towards the family, the videos that were put out, I'm sure Ginger Gemini is going to share some of those. And there was one incident that happened within that really shocked me more than I thought it could have done. And that's when Hayley, as a person in the UK, who obviously we have a massive privilege here of having a relatively decent, somewhat justice system and protection and human rights. And she went and recorded a video that instructed people in a poorer country in Guyana, one of the, I'm not saying Guyana's super poor, but one of the poorer parts of the Caribbean, where she's instructed them to go and burn down their own community. Just just having absolute, like, no idea of consequence of what you could be doing on a large platform, inciting that level of violence and telling people in a poor community to burn down their community that's already traumatized. how dare you? How dare she think she can do that? And to say they can't do anything to me. I'm in England. I've got freedom of speech. I can do what I want. They're over in Guyana. And every time they build that hotel up again, I'm going to tell them that I want them to burn it down again. And it's just the violence and the hatred that she incites and the things that she said to the parents. You know, at one point she did a video saying that she was going to take the little girl's body and put it back in the pool again, back, you know, to the scene where she was found. How dare you? These are people that, I mean, can you imagine if you don't even have to be a parent, you just have to be a human. The fact that your child is not here no more, they are not breathing, they are gone. And you have got this armchair detective saying the most wildest things and just creating more havoc and more pain. And it's unacceptable, completely unacceptable. So I know that was something that really upset and hurt the black community, the Caribbean community, that she just felt so comfortable to incite that level of hate and violence. Do you want to show some videos, Ginger, to
show that video
to kind of back that up?
I think this is the one now that we're...
Can I just say that her saying all of that was the reason that she was taken off being a feature in a documentary?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was taken seriously.
Yeah.
Adriana will change the world and she will change life in Guyana forever. And I won't stop until she does. And when Son said today, like, we're unsure if we're going to open the hotel again, you won't, because I'll make it my everyday mission to make sure that your family never have a successful business again. I will gaslight you, I will destroy you, I will talk shit about you, I'll put pictures of Adriana and Sadiq all over the place. I will put Adriana's body in the pool and I'll show people what you did. And I will make sure every single day that you don't get the chance to reopen your business. And I will encourage local people to set fire to it every time you reopen it. I will encourage people. I will literally take it on and I could be on wanted posters all over Guyana saying wanted for terrorism. In my country, it's freedom of speech. I can say what the fuck I like and I'm on UK soil, and I'll say 100 times a day, set fire to that hotel, blaze the bricks and mortar. Every day you complete and you put money, and I'll say set fire to it again. And I will have no bad feelings about that. I will absolutely get arrested in my country and questioned over whether I did that, and I will say, yes, I fucking did. And then I will show the police, I'll say, look at this little girl floating in the water, she was 11 years of age, look at her injuries on her knees and her face, look what they've done to her body, and they'll go, okay. Do you know what I mean? I'll say, oh, it's just a figure of speech, I don't know if people can do it. And I'll pay people for the gas. I'll give people all the money for the gas and the matches. And I will put, when I send it through in the reference thing, I will put arson, Double Day Hotel, as the heading on my phone. Honestly will. Yeah, we'll all be there, Joe, because I'll do it on your phone. Did you do criminology? You know, I did criminology and psychology. Yes. I don't think that's why I'm good at what I do, though. I think it's experience. I think it's caring about the cases. I think it's compassion. And I think it's the time. And Adriana will change the world, and she will change Guyana forever. And I won't stop until she does.
Now you can just see the ignorance. I mean, listen,
sorry,
if you
1 minute, mods, will you do me a favour? Can you put some helplines up so the inner poll at the top, just while this is going on, please, if you don't mind, thank you.
Now, you can see the ignorance in this, and Hayley, someone that classes herself as being relatively educated, which she is not. If somebody commits arson over here, they may well get arrested. They may well go to be put on remand. They may well sit in a jail cell with a nice bit of carpet and a Sega Mega Drive to play or a PlayStation. That ain't the reality of somebody that commits arson out in the Caribbean. They will probably be beaten. They will probably not get a fair trial. How dare you feel so comfortable that you can speak like this? Even if it wasn't in regards to the Caribbean, I feel more passionate about that because we already have it relatively hard out there. My parents are first generation Caribbeans, but the comfortableness for her to do this is not okay. This behaviour is not okay. This is beyond being a true crime reporter. I understand that we get passionate about cases. I understand that, you want to contribute in some way, but this is not the way to go about it. She's got a God complex. She has narcissistic tendencies. She shows that she's got narcissistic tendencies. I mean, she's shown so much of herself in that video in saying that I will instruct them to do this, and then I'll say I don't know nothing about it, but I'll give them the money for it and I'll buy like, how dare she?
She said herself multiple times, I have a responsibility because I have a large platform. So it's not as if she doesn't know what she's doing here. She knows that someone's going to listen to that. And this is the thing as well. The case wasn't over yet. Nobody knew who was guilty of what. Do you know what I mean? And this is the thing Hayley does. She goes out there and throws out these crazy accusations and expects everyone to listen to her and do as they're told. Do you know what I mean? It's just so dangerous and irresponsible.
Another thing we've got.
Hayley's also a walking contradiction. There are so many things that she says that she wouldn't do, and then in the next breath, we have a video of her doing that exact same thing. She made a real big deal. I would never go to the police about online TikTok stuff, and I would never bother the police with stuff like that, and that's ridiculous. And now every 5 minutes she's going to the police about TikTok stuff, like the police haven't got more pressing matters to be dealing with. They need to deal with Hayley's SHIT that she's creating online.
See, and then she actually went, and after that post, the one that Ginger played, she said that she is untouchable, basically. What? So you can guys go and report me. Nothing's gonna be done about it. Nobody would care what you guys report, and I'm basically untouchable because I'm on British soil. So what can you do about that? You can complain that she did something to you, or that she harassed me or whatever. Nothing will be done because she knows that she's untouchable now.
She's definitely not untouchable. I just think the correct channels haven't been gone through to have her held accountable. And I think if Hayley probably owned her own bricks and mortar and she wasn't, I don't know, social housing, private landlord, she'd probably keep her mouth shut, because I tell you, I could never speak so recklessly, not if I was speaking about someone like myself, because I would have her whipped up and have an attachment on her ass quicker than she could say ABC, mate, because I'll be going straight for defamation. She's outrageous.
I don't know, Kenzie and his mum, do you want to put any input into this?
Hi everyone. Yeah, no, you know what? I'm just listening, and I saw her traits from the beginning, and I saw that she had a platform with people that use bully tactics. Because right in the beginning, when I actually tried to out the thing she was saying about the grandmother in Guyana, the first thing they done was put my address up, and it was like, but because you can't, I'm not scared, you can't intimidate me. She put my address out there, and then I got threats of acid being thrown in my face. But everyone on her side just looks past it. But I've realised from what I see, I think she's got a lot of vulnerable people on her side who listen to her and feel like they've got a place to go and talk, and they've got this big bad bully who's going to defend them. So they just go with everything she says. So I don't know, it's just sickening, and I'm so glad that you're like out in everything she's done, because with the Guyanese case, she did jeopardize a lot of people, their life. I'm in the Caribbean now, and I mean, you put an accusation out there to thousands of people that the grandmother unalived her granddaughter. People, it's not like they're going to get the law involved. They will take things into their own hand. So I'm just happy that you're doing this, Ginger, and thank you, Pearl, for giving her a platform to speak.
Kenzino's mum, I just wanted you to just remind me what it is that you do before I just make my last point, and then I'll jump down, because Hayley commented on something that you do, a support group, I believe, for women of colour. Can you just tell me a little bit about what it is that you do, so I can just remember just give my last point?
Yeah, hi Charlene, hi everybody.
Hi, my darling.
What I actually do, I'm actually a youth violence and domestic abuse consultant. So I don't work exclusively with Black women. However, I do elevate the voice for marginalised groups. One of those groups happen to be Black women. It's a community that I belong to. So it is something that it's not even like support groups. Like I actually work alongside government to change policies in domestic abuse to make things better for survivors. I am a survivor myself. I'm a survivor of abuse when I was a young age, and Hayley came on this app and says, I don't get to say that I only work with Black people, because what about her being a survivor as a white woman who's just come out of a refuge? And go on, Charlene, and then I'm going to talk some more on
So
that.
I'll allow you to finish that off. But that really, I found that massively offensive, because if you are working with a marginalised community in whatever shape, whether it's Black people, if it's Jewish people, whatever it is, for somebody that's not within that community to come out and chastise you for that, when there are statistical facts that show that that community is underrepresented and doesn't get the same support as maybe their white peers, quite frankly, is more than ignorance. It's racism. At the end of the day, it is like Hayley's like one of those people that want to say, her neighbour's house is burning down, right? It's on fire, and she wants to be out the window going, what about my house, even though her house is not on fire? Like, how dare you start criticising someone for helping a group of people that are underrepresented? Just like in childbirth, people want to look up the statistics on childbirth. A Black woman is 3 or 4 times more likely to die during childbirth than their white counterpart. So, when people go out and want to support groups that are underrepresented, you, with a large platform, Hayley, should not be mocking that or making fun of it or being ignorant to it, or quite frankly, I'll say you're racist. I found it very, very racist. I found it more than ignorant. I found it racist. But I've had my say. Thank you for having me in your box, pal. And I'll drop down. I'll be in the chats if anyone wants me.
You're welcome. Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you.
Pearl, am I all right to carry on from what Charlene was saying?
Go on, I'll mute up. Sorry.
All right, no, it's okay. And then we're going to go back to Adriana, because I don't want to lose sight of what she's done to Adriana Young's family. And we've got some amazing people here. Sefe, London Star, Ina, Ginger Gemini have all been working tirelessly to raise awareness about what was done to Adriana Young. Now, back to the domestic abuse, right? I have been working in the sector, working with young people and domestic abuse for the past 20 years. I've been a public speaker for the last 10 years. Do you understand? The evidence is there clear as day on my page, what Hayley said and what my response was. I then was attacked by some of Hayley's mods. Yes, Little Miss Inked and Nanny Bloody McPhee. Yeah, you two. I'm talking to you two, because obviously I raise awareness about what's happening with Black women and girls in the domestic abuse community, as well as what's happening with all groups in domestic abuse. But anyway, I posted a post on my page about Sister Space, who are a organisation who are based in London that are set up to offer support to Black and Caribbean and African women in London. Right? They put out a call to action asking for survivors of abuse to respond to this survey so we can find out. This is what a consultant does. We look at what's missing, where the gaps are and where the failures are in services. We have to do that by talking to the people. Her mods, Little Miss Inked, came under that post in particular and started leaving waffle comments as if to say it's made up. So I then went away. That research took place last year, in the summer of last year. I then went away. Sky News also followed this story, and I looked at the answers that came out of that research, and it was found that 97% of Black women in the UK do not feel safe enough to go to services for help when they are experiencing domestic abuse. So I then posted that video for Hayley to see that the work that I do should not be minimized, and no way at all does it take away from any other survivor. Marginalized groups are not only Black groups, they are Irish Gypsy traveller groups, they are disabled groups, they are people who may be blind. They are all types of different groups, and I stand for all of those groups. When Hayley comes on this app and says, oh, I stand for all women, I stand for all women. No, she doesn't, and we've seen this with what she's done with her mods. Kiki is a survivor. Kiki has been a part of my community from way before all of this happened with me and Hayley Comet. I chose to unfollow Kiki when all this happened between me and Hayley because I didn't want any of her mods coming after me. Since Kiki has spoken out, I have messaged Kiki and said to her my reasonings for unfollowing, and why I respect Kiki is because she's now taking accountability. And what I want to say for all the people that are saying, oh, well, the mods that are talking out now, like, you know, you've been supporting her for so long and you didn't talk or blah, blah, blah. I get that. However, what I'm going to say to you is it's no different to being in an abusive relationship when you have a perpetrator that is coercing and controlling you to behave in a certain way and follow an agenda. You will not speak out. Hayley has a very big platform, and these mods have seen how this woman has came after people, came after vulnerable people who are also survivors within their own right and tried to damage them. And I'm going to land my point there. And all I'm going to say, right, I'm going to land my point on this point, yeah. When it comes to us in the Black community talking about our experiences, and when we identify something that not only looks racist, feels racist, smells racist, and we call racism, we know what it is. We are the ones. I am 46 years old. So when Hayley keeps putting up videos talking about, oh, this has happened in the Black community and I'm going to stand for this and I'm going to stand for that, we don't want you to stand for us because you're fake and we know that you don't like us. And I land my point there. Thank you.
I'm just going to play your video, Kenzino's mum. 2 seconds. So sharing for educational purposes.
Sorry, Gemini, before you play that video, this video is actually in regards to the Nicola Bulley case. So what you mentioned before about all the things that had happened in the Nicola Bulley case, the other thing that happened, which you will see on this video, but you'd have to pause it to read it, was the Times newspaper, yeah, which is a very respectable newspaper, done a piece, an investigative journalism piece on armchair detectives, and they spoke about Hayley in that article, and she tried to say, because I said that what was said in this article, she tried to say that I was only saying all of that because I dislike her and because she's a white woman. But yeah, run the track, Gemini.
Yeah, I didn't realise that she was mentioned in that thing. I thought it was a different article, sorry.
Defo, fucking Kenzino's mum trying again now. Kenzino's mum going, do you know she's in an article where like she's saying she's malicious about families? No, read the article properly, you dickhead. There was an article about Nicola Bulley, and they said, do you have remorse for posting content about Nicola Bulley? And I said, no, I don't have remorse because I still to this day think some people should be
which bit is it? There. In one bully-related TikTok video, one true crime fanatic, Hayley Williams, 39, went as far as to make baseless links between Ansel and Ruggs Ring in Blackpool. Let's talk about why Nicola might have ended up in water, she writes in the video description. Williams, who lives in Devon and says she has a background in criminology, having studied at university, had rarely posted on TikTok until Bully's disappearance. At the time, she had a few hundred followers and now has gone to 175,000 followers, posts as many as 10 videos a day, and says her TikTok's her full-time job. Does she feel any guilt over the speculations about Ansel? I think if I had proper remorse, I'd probably take the videos down. She tells me, I still have those questions, so I don't. My drive was only ever for justice for Nicola. While Williams says the true crime community has a good moral compass, she regularly expresses unfounded opinions on hugely sensitive cases, including those of the McCann, Slater, and convicted unaliver Lucy Letby, which has also provoked a storm of speculation. Williams says she has received unalivened threats over her videos on Slater from other TikTokers who are working very hard to threaten content creators like me. Some of her videos have millions of likes, and she says she will not stop posting them.
And that's just a little introduction to who I am and all of my achievements in real life. And this woman, this nobody with not a qualification, no evidence base of any work, anything that she's done in real life, expects to come to TikTok and just talk and be a voice for victims with no training. Show me one safeguarding certificate that shows me you have a level 1 in safeguarding, that you know how to protect children. You can't.
This is what I'm saying, Kenzo's mum. She's coming on this app all the time. Not the app, because I'm just having a little bit of input into it. She's constantly telling people she's got degrees in criminology and everything, and there's never been no proof for that shown, has there?
No. Exactly, Pearl. And this is the difference, right? Like, the app is a very big place. What people do on Drama Talk, they do on Drama Talk. But you see, when you are actually directly putting yourself in front of victims who have gone through some of the most horrific traumas of their life, where they have lost a loved one, lost a child, how dare you center yourself in that and try and make your voice and your version of events louder than those who are actually affected? How very dare you? Sorry, I'm going to land my point and make other people speak.
Mods, can we continue with the polls, please, if you don't mind? Thank you. I love you.
Mum, I've also got the Sally Bully post, which I didn't know whether you wanted me to play that one as well.
Sorry, just real quick note here. I heard there about the mods saying that they knew that it was lies, that she wasn't in contact with Jay Slater's family, and they went along with that lie for her and stuff like that there. I'm not being funny, but they want to be, user as vile as this woman too. You want to be ashamed of yourselves for coming on and telling lies like that there on that woman grieving for her son, and you knew full well it was lies, and you kept it going. You kept her in the fucking spotlight round that case by carrying on that lie. You're as bad as her. She's vile. She's 110% vile, but you's right behind her, the mods. You're as equally as vile for lying for it. True crime, my bollocks. Don't even say yous like true crime if yous are willing to tell fucking lies round it.
I don't think I lied for her. I believed her because I trusted her, and I waited for proof to be shown to me. And
you didn't say that earlier. You said okay. you knew it was lies, and you just told that. That's what you said earlier. And if that's the case, that's completely and utterly vile. I don't care. That's vile to do that there, to know that's lies, and to come on here and put that shit out here. That was vile.
Okay. Kiki has apologized for everything she's done. So she has. Kiki has been in a very abusive relationship with Hayley. I was going to talk about all this at the end, so I was. I obviously don't want Kiki to feel.
No, I understand that, but this is the thing. You tell me that you indulge in true crime, right? You know there's a lie there, and you proceed with a lie. Don't tell me you're true crime indulgers then, if you're telling lies.
Sorry, I'm about to go as well, Ginger, because I'm going to go into town. But I just want to say what she's done. I'm so glad people seeing, because I remember the family of Adriana Young said to me, they don't know what's worse, the loss of their child or what she's put them through after they lost their child. And that literally broke me, because I saw a grieving family and I saw them torn apart just by Hayley comment. It was like I was just watching it like unveil, like everything she was doing. It was so, and I just thought to myself, I remember they said they just want her to just stop. And then that's when she said, well, I'm gonna start over this case again, right from the beginning. Like she tried to rub it in their face what she had done, what she was doing, and it was just so heartbreaking to see. So I'm happy that people are talking about it and are realizing. But thank you for having me anyway. Ginger, continue doing what you're doing, and Kenzino, everybody. I know.
Okay. Yeah, and thank you, London. Thank you, London, for everything that you done to highlight everything that was going on with this woman from day dot.
Yeah. Can I just say one thing as well while we're on here? Listen, it's took a lot for Kiki to get up here, right? And just how Gemini's just said, she's been like basically in that abusive relationship. We all know Kiki's having problems, and Kiki, in my opinion, is like a vulnerable adult, and she's been getting trolled badly. So please just bear with her. It's took a lot for her to come up here and to speak out, and she's getting it from every direction. So I just want to say, please, just be patient with her, let her speak, and then you can have your opinions at the end. But it's took a lot for her to come up here, because big men and women have dropped to the knees as well for this woman, who is on another level as far as I'm concerned. So sorry, I just want to say that. Go on, everybody can have to say sorry. I'll
no,
just wanted to jump up and
can I just say, I wasn't going to Kiki individually. I was talking about the entire, all our mods that
All
were
our
involved
mods.
in that, Darlan.
James, do you know what? I know exactly how you feel, and I have felt the same. At one point when all this was kicking off, I was like, this is a cult. All of those mods, they're all culpable. They're all part of this. And when I was speaking to other people, you do have to have some kind of understanding that when you're probably in that close with quite a large creator, there will be that intimidation. Hayley is a narcissist. Like she will make you think that you've got things over her. If you've confided things in her, then you start feeling like, God, I don't want to say anything to her. I don't want to speak up to her. I don't want to be the only person that's saying anything. And then will all the other mods turn on me? It creates huge amounts of anxiety. So I can understand how difficult it was for mods to say, actually, especially if they were jumping out on their own, to say, actually, I don't agree with this. I'm jumping out of this. But equally, James is right. You do have to take accountability. And I think Kiki has taken accountability. So I do want to come up and just hold her corner a little bit. What I also wanted to mention in regards to the Adriana Young case and Hayley collecting money, which was just, it was basically a Temu accounting session, was absolutely outrageous. So she's raising money for this second autopsy, bearing in mind that the Adriana Young case brought her in lots of views. She tapped into a different audience, which was the Caribbean part of TikTok. So it was extremely lucrative and beneficial for Hayley. But she started to say she was going to get her community to raise this money for this second autopsy. And I was absolutely flabbergasted at the way this money was coming in. So she's sitting on a live and she's looking at her phone.
Who's speaking?
She's doing the accounting on her phone and she's calling out, oh my God, there's hundreds going into my bank account. Oh, someone else paid hundreds in. Oh, another £90. Oh, there's money going into my PayPal. Oh, more money's going in here. And who's accounting for all of this? What, you, Hayley? Because you decided to read out on the live, okay, £100, £80, £70. How do we know that money went into your account? We don't know how much you collected. We've got no idea how much you collected. That ain't how you collect money. So yeah, all of that was just wrong. Don't like how he was collecting money in a dead little girl's name. Oh, sorry if I'm not meant to say DEAD. But yeah, I think that there was something dodgy going on there and she probably put a nice bit of that in her back pocket.
Just to back actually Charlene up. So the way she was actually even counting the money, and this really sort of stayed in my head.
We've got a video of that as well, haven't we, Ina, of her counting out the money?
The whole video on YouTube is I believe a few hours video. So she was like, let's count. So I'm going to let everybody in here now count the money. And it was like 10, 15, 20, 35 pounds. So add 35 pounds. So she was counting fair few amounts, different amounts, adding up, not telling the amounts and telling people to count. And there was like 1, 2, 3 times the money has gone up. And one time the money gone down, dropped by significant, I believe like 1,000 or 2,000 pounds. And then she was like, oh, let's do the last 3 count. She did the last 3 count. And then she needed to send the money. That all of a sudden she can't find the passport. She ends her life. And then she did like next morning.
Anna, so was this for the second autopsy that went on, that money?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, and can we just add on the fact of that as well? In terms of this second autopsy, she was warned by Life of Chantal and London Star when she said she was raising money for the autopsy. Who are you raising money for? Because London Star has a recording from the 30th of May from from Adriana's auntie, her full blood auntie,
Camille.
Yeah, saying that she'd never spoken to Hayley, she'd never asked Hayley to raise any money, and if anyone wanted to donate, then they could donate to the GoFundMe, which was already running. So the family already had a GoFundMe running, and Hayley started this narrative online that the person who was running that GoFundMe was a thief. Now, it later got revealed that the woman that Hayley had handed over the money to, because at the time she had said she was handing it over to the legal team for the second autopsy. However, the point that Ina and Charlene are making is she never once showed any evidence of any of this that she had done. So in terms of the money that she had collected in the real world, especially when you're raising money for charity, things are audited, things have to be documented, and you are held accountable by other people. But Hayley's done all of this on her own, and then she has used that, held that against the family. I've seen some disgusting comments from the comment community where they've accused the family of taking that money just for a wedding, or accusing the family of taking that money for a barrage of other things. So yes, she did send money, but the question is, who did she send money to? Because that person who she sent money to turned out to be a fraud.
Can I just have my say? Because I'm not here long.
You would then take that.
Can I just quickly have my opinion?
Yeah.
First of all, the money she did, listen, I can't stand Hayley comment, but the family did confirm that they did receive that money.
The family did receive the money. We don't know how much money she collected because nobody saw her bank account and no one saw her PayPal.
Right.
Yeah.
And yes, and second of all, see, I did an exposure on Hayley comment years ago.
So you know, Angie, you know how you were saying the family confirmed they received that.
Yeah.
Did they say how much they had, and then did Hayley show receipts from how much was like donated to what she sent? So
no, never, no.
Yeah, I don't know how much they said that they received.
They confirmed that Hayley told people that she raised along the lines of £6,000. The family confirmed they received that, but Hayley never proved how much was put into her bank.
Then they never received the proof of how much she raised, both in a bank and a PayPal account. Family said that themselves. They never seen the proof.
Yeah. I'll just quickly finish what I was going to say. Sorry. So I did a live, an exposure live on Hayley years ago, and I was attacked by a community, because of her conspiracy theories, all this kind of shit. I knew she didn't have a degree in criminology. I just knew, but I got attacked from a lot of people, and probably from some people that were sitting in these boxes. I don't know, but I just feel like this exposure, like as it's on repeat, is kind of like this. The same thing over and over again, and I think
even still, Angie, there's more people coming to the app all the time, and if they sit and watching it, people need to be made aware of this.
There's loads. I'm just highlighting.
There is someone that said Angie has to get involved. Well, so is everybody else in these boxes, love. So was Pearl who's hosting the live.
Angie, I think the reason why these exposures are so important and why they keep being done is because Hayley's actually harming people who have gone through really tragic stuff.
I understand that, but I'm just saying a lot of people did attack me for doing
and you're saying, wait there, because you're saying it's something.
Yeah, but you say wait there, I haven't finished one. You keep interrupting.
All right, let me just land this point then, and then you can answer, I promise. But you're saying that it's on repeat.
Why do I need to keep out of it when everyone else can have an opinion, but I can't have an opinion?
I'm gonna let you have your opinion. I'm just saying it may be on repeat for you, but it's not on repeat for me because I don't frequent these communities often. So this is the first time that I've ever even been on Pearl's stage. You understand? So it's the first time that I'm speaking.
Yeah, I'm not talking about everybody, to be fair.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know who you are, to be honest. I'm not talking about you. But I was going to say, so I understand what you're saying, Pearl. It's important to have these exposure lives. I think I've been told she deactivated her main account. I don't know whether that's true or not. But I think you just got to be careful with it. And I can't stand Hayley. I think people just need to be careful about, targeting one person. And I suppose you just got to tread really carefully.
What do you mean by targeting one person?
Please speak.
And I haven't finished German. You have been talking. I'm nearly there. And I think with you, Ginger Gemini, and I can't stand Hayley, but I think she needs to get restraining order out on you. I think because
Angie, 1 minute. Stop now, Angie. Stop.
Listen,
Angie, 1 minute, right? Can everyone just stop? Right. So if somebody tells me I've got the receipts of the payment, can please just shut up for 1 minute? So if somebody tells me how much she said she paid, I can confirm it because back then when I questioned her, she shared it to me, and I have got the receipts of the family of the WhatsApp.
You know what?
And
The thing is,
hold on, Angie, I've not finished. I've not finished talking.
You wait, love. I hadn't finished talking.
No, you had.
But
You had finished talking.
Can we keep the noise down, please? Can we keep the noise down? So we'll keep this from the.
I don't get to have my proper opinion ever without Ginger Gemini. Everyone jumping on me, interrupting me. So we said your
1 minute, top girl. 1 minute. Right. Go on, Angie. Have your opinion.
Well, like I said, I think that Ginger Gemini is very obsessed with Hayley Comment. I think her life actually is revolved around Hayley Comment, and I just think you got to tread carefully because you don't want it to look like you're targeting someone where someone is now feeling bullied and harassed and all that kind of thing, even though she has done some.
Hayley is not bullied.
Some questions.
Hayley is not bullied off the app. Can I tell you why?
I'm going. I'm out. Yeah,
That's how she's made.
This is Top Girl. Everyone's
1 minute. 1 minute. That's how Hayley has made lots of other people feel, and the family where she gone. That's how she's made lots of other people feel.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
their families. She's actually terrorised them and made absolute pure fools out of them, humiliated them on every level. And as long as anybody wants to keep doing this on her, I'm not calling it bullying. It's awarenesses for new people that's coming to the app. That's going to be going in there, so you can do it as long as you want to.
This is what people like Angie do. People like Angie cannot take any accountability.
1 minute. 1 minute, everybody. Go on, Top Girl.
Right.
Does anybody know?
If anyone wants to see it, just let me know how much she said, and I can confirm it. I'll send it to Pearl.
6,000 and something. It was, Top Girl.
Sorry, Scottish. What are you saying? You have exactly. You have a printout you have a printout from her PayPal and a printout from her bank statement showing the day and the day after she requested money to come in. You have those statement pages.
Right. So I've got the payments what she sent, and I've got the Can I finish fucking talking? I've got the WhatsApp messages between the family and her as well.
Right, no.
Anyway,
what I'm trying to explain
let me know if you want the print the screenshots. I'm going.
Right, go on. We'll get to that.
Scottish is dropping down. That's probably the best thing because what she's saying is absolute shit. Let me be clear. If people are too uneducated to understand, yes, the family did receive money. They acknowledge that they received what Hayley said she collected, but we don't know what she collected because we ain't looked at all her bank statements and her PayPal. If people are too daft to understand that, she can send a screenshot of 15 pages. But if you don't print out the statement and show the transactions that happened all on one day, how do you know that all of the payments went where they were meant to go? I don't like.
That's what I was asking.
What am I educating? Am I educating idiots here?
Is there any proof exactly of how much she raised?
No.
With what she sent the family, of course, that's going to tally up. But what I was saying, is there any proof of all that money that was coming in right from the start? Has she got transactions right from the start at all this money? Because she could send the £6,000, but she could have had 12. Do you know what people are trying to say?
Well, I think
Top Girl, please, Top Girl, please.
Stop.
This is
one at a time, please.
Right,
I'm using me
for a long time, so I have
again, Charlene, that's not what I said. I said I can confirm what was sent to the family. I did not say.
Top Girl,
we know what was sent to the family. So what's that?
This is not a drama talk.
Right,
and
please, I've been trying to talk since Angie first got into the box. Sorry.
This is something that certain people have worked on for over 2 years, and Angie came on there.
Right. So, and I know Angie's going against the grain here, so whatever. But
nobody else in the boxes, mods. Just let these people talk. Who's in it?
I am just
with Angie. Pour me another drink.
But I am just showing a build-up here, right? This is leading up to everyone else, all these victims' stories. I was never planning on talking about my own story at all. I am showing everyone else's story, so I am. This is just showing you the background to it all. So it is. God, I'm that worked up now, so I am. Hayley told everyone she raised a certain amount of money. That's fine. That certain amount of money the family said they received, but she never proved how much was put into her bank, and she counted it up through comments going into her.
I think we've made a point as strong as we can with that, and if people are not getting it, then it is what it is.
I'm all confused.
This is my point where I was trying to say, yes, Top Girl will have the receipts of what Hayley's wanted to show.
Exactly,
what the
pal.
got. But how do we know how much is being collected in the first beginning if she hasn't kept receipts and bank statements and everything from it first start, and she could have had God knows how much. That's what people are trying to say.
Pearl, London's in the box. Pearl, she might have the answer.
Yeah, London, do you want to jump up? Oh, there we go.
What answer for what? Sorry, because I wasn't listening. I was just talking to my neighbour.
Hi, London.
Hiya. Sorry, yeah, again, with the money thing, it's all well and good raising money and stuff for the family and everything. But you see, when I started talking out about it, a lot of people came forward and said she's going to ask back for the money. She's going to tell her back, like she's done it in prior cases where she's contacted the bank and said that the money's been frauded. I think they said something to do with Jay. But I never came across Hayley Comet before Adriana. So then I remember when the whole money argument came about and she was like, give me back my effing money then, and give me back my community's money. I was in shock horror. I was thinking to myself, this is a grieving family. This is somebody who's lost a child, and you're online telling them and they're from a third world country at that as well. You want back the money. The father said he would do anything to give her back the money. She never ever showed the exact money that went into the account. That's a fact. Yeah, she wrote something down and said, this is it. Yeah. But the family said they would stop at nothing to give that woman back her money, in which they tried to, but they couldn't raise it, etc. But that just shows the character. And people told me prior that she's going to do this, but to see it actually happen, I was actually genuinely in shock. Like, wow, she really went online and said that she wants their money back.
But London, let's recap on this. She was saying she's not gonna do it. Then 30 minutes later, she actually already applied for PayPal's
refund. Yeah, she tried to make their bank account go overdrawn.
And then she didn't got it back. What was she saying? Oh, but I want him to keep the money. I don't care about the money. Clearly you don't, because first off, you tried to refund the money.
There was loads of accusations made against the family in this whole situation when it comes to Adriana Young. The granny was accused of unaliving and selling the child for sacrifice. I don't want to say the word.
Sacrifice, yeah.
No, you can't say that word, Shirley.
Oh, can't you? Oh my God, I'm such a TikTok virgin, sorry.
Right, so the blood auntie, she was in hiding from a government official, so she was, due to a grape that had happened, and Hayley actually outed all this woman's information, which I'm going to play now.
What was it? I saw that he already did a video about me sending the voice note to Amicia, and I could play the voice note. The voice note was really kind. I'll play the voice note actually, because I did message Amicia because I was trying to realign people again for justice and explain to her that I didn't want the money back.
Sorry, this is the wrong video. This is the video about Amicia. So basically, after Hayley had raised the money, she said she wanted the money back. And after all the accusations and stuff, accusing the family of being involved, and she got a lot of backlash for wanting the money back. This is what she said.
So when he's trying to tell her something that it wasn't, I spoke to the legal team yesterday. They were really surprised that she had, after we'd already agreed that.
Hayley has never spoken to the legal team. There are videos on YouTube.
Never. And even as a legal professional myself,
hold on. She spoke to the guy that she shouldn't have spoken to, the one that was dodgy one. But she never spoke with...
We're not talking about that, Naina. We're talking about the legal team.
The legal team. To suggest that a person dealing with a child's, murder, whatever has gone on, and you think that they've got time to be passing information to a TikToker is absolutely absurd. Like, you'd be disbarred. It's ridiculous. She was not speaking to any of the legal team. She did have contact with the blood cousin of Adriana, but that was as far as it went. And even with her having that contact with Angie wanted to remain anonymous. And when the family wouldn't come on and support her lives and, cheerlead her, thank you so much for helping us with our daughter that's been unalived, and give her all the gratitude and grandiose that she wanted. She then exposed all of the private voice notes that the family member had been sending to her. Played all of them from start to finish.
Pearl?
Yeah?
I'm just, as someone who's been listening, when obviously Gemini starts showing evidence, I'm getting quite lost because Charlene jumps in and goes to a bit of a longer subject. So I'm not sure it's getting...
Charlene's help. See, to be honest with you, I'm completely lost in everything now, so I am. But
I know, bless you.
I'm just showing that, to be honest with you, I was thrown for six whenever Angie came in there with all that, so I don't understand why.
Just take your time, Gemini, and just do what you're doing, me baby.
Yeah, I'm leading up basically to everyone's, all the people that want to come forward and speak. So I am. This is just a background in the things Hayley's done. This is the video where she doxes Camille. Now, she was out as Angie on the app because she didn't want this person to find her, this person in her government, basically. So this is where she doxes her.
Right, you're doing really well. I'm off. Bye.
Thank you, Jodie.
All right, lovely.
Camille Young, I got it, miss. Camille Young. So her married name is Ruffner, and I always promised I'd never... Even when I've been called a scammer, I always said I'd never show the receipts because it had her full name on it. Right. So I've always said, no, I'll keep you safe. Her husband's in the military. I said I would never do that. So the reason I never paid to Brian or his wife, Rhonda, is because they're from Guyana. They don't have bank accounts. They don't have Cash App. And in the UK, we don't have Cash App. So it was getting to a point. I also did not pay it to Josh the lawyer. That's an absolute lie. And Amicia knows I didn't pay it to Josh the lawyer because Josh the lawyer never went to America. So he would have been no good to have the money. He also doesn't have a bank account. So he was in Guyana with his new family. It was only Dexter Todd from the legal team that went to Guyana, and he was doing conferences, he was doing different things, and so it was like, okay, you need to get it to a family member, and then, well, I just found loads of documents now that she has bankruptcy and things through the court, Camille, so I wonder if that's why I didn't put it out. I don't know. But obviously there is things in, I don't know. I just knew it was desperation. The donor had pulled out of the second autopsy, and they were panicking that they weren't going to be able to have one. I was on live. Within 30 minutes, my people raised $6,000, and then I tried to get it over loads of different times. I was going to pay it into Camille's bank account, which was a Navy bank account of her husband, and it wouldn't go through. My bank wouldn't allow that big a payment. So I'm like, okay, we'll do it by PayPal, because it had to be there that day. Yeah. So I paid it in, and then everyone was going mad saying I was a scammer, and I kept saying, I need to put the receipts out. I need to show people these receipts. Yeah. And they were saying, you can't, it's got my full name on. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to take all this hate for months, right? When I don't do it. Like, I'm not putting out. Right. Which was just bizarre. And she used to be Camille Young, and she is Sir Brian's first cousin. Camille Young.
Yeah, she also gave out her address. So she did. Yeah.
Charlene, jump back up.
Yeah, Charlene.
You drop down. Jump back up, Charlene.
Yeah, Charlene was really helping me with it. So she wasn't with everyone else butting in and confusing the life out of me. So there was.
Mods, can you please put Charlene back in? Thank you.
Yeah, get Charlene back in.
Well.
Charlene's getting lost, but we need to remember we don't need to like the family. Thank you. We don't need to respect the family.
All right. So here's another video. Thank you.
No problem.
Can I say something before you play the next video, Gemini?
Yeah.
Just for those people who may be getting confused and lost along the way, the video that Gemini just played is clear evidence of an individual who is centering themselves to make themselves the victims rather than the victims of crime. right? So we're dealing with a family who have lost a little girl. So I want you to put yourself in that headspace. That is your child. That is your family member. And Hayley, because she feels like she's getting a bit of hate online, which she very well may have been getting some hate, but to be honest, it comes with the job. I get hate all the time. What I don't do is then start disclosing what survivors have said to me. I support a hell of a lot of survivors on this app. But yeah, just to keep people on track, yeah? And Sefe's been here for a minute as well, Pearl. I don't know if he wants to unmute and add to anything that Ginger
No,
Gemini
go on,
said.
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Go on.
And anyone who wants to see evidence of Hayley Comet's journey can go on Sefe's page and see a whole timeline of evidence.
Yeah.
Ginger, just check your green app, please, quickly.
I can't come off.
Okay, so the second video, when you're gonna play the second video is after it was declined.
So just play this one first, and then whenever I play the second one.
Adriana's getting lost, but we need to remember we don't need to like the family. Thank you, Lottie. We don't need to respect the family. We don't need to do anything apart from be a voice for Adriana Young. And I'll be damned if anyone stops me, because all this noise, like, these people hate me anyway, regardless. I do not want to speak to Camille again. I do not want to speak to Camille. I don't even know at this point who she is. I don't know who she is or what she's got to do with the case. I don't even know if she's family. There was a live pre-recorded the other day that somebody sent me, screen recorded, and Alana had said in the comments, Camille's not even our family. Why are people saying that? So now I'm like, is she?
This was lies. Alana has never said that. Hayley likes to throw in little jabs and jibes here, and Hayley never respects any of the victims' families.
No, I don't want to do it. The best thing I can do is to not speak to any of the family and just to move forward with wherever the justice and evidence takes us. And if that means some family members knew, we'll call that out. If it means that they're absolutely innocent, then they're innocent. But we will absolutely cover the case from the point we cover every other case, which is just pure evidence and pure truth. And people can watch what goes on. And I feel like I've drawn enough attention to what's going on now that I think you guys can see what's going on. So the hate campaigns, I think you watch it, you make up your own mind. And because of that, Adriana's getting lost.
This was actually after the family asked them multiple times to stop talking about.
I'm going on Sefe's page now to get that video of the family asking her not to. 2 seconds. I should have just played all Sefe's videos, to be fair, but would it be here all day? Here we go.
Okay, I finally coming out. I am finally here, Hayley coming. And this is Alana Trotz, right?
See? So Hayley's literally just said those two don't know each other. Alana said they don't know each other and they're not family.
We're here, right? Let me tell you this. This showing clearly white power. Right? Because if somebody is saying to you, so Brian comes to you, who is this?
Who's Bad Queen?
I don't know. If somebody is saying to
That's
you...
mum in the background as well, and dad's there too.
This is a grieving family. And they're saying to you, cease and desist.
Right.
I have said it. Alana has said it. So Brian has said it. We're saying cease and desist. Please. We're here, we're having a fun time, we're happy, we're saying cease and desist.
She need blood. I think she want blood. Blood she want next. Because I don't know what she do, but blood she want next. She need attention and blood.
No, but I don't care who talk about racism. Because I am saying clearly, this is white power. Because I cannot see one white woman is doing so much
damage to the family.
And at the end of the day, you tell yourself that you're untouchable? Girl, we got news for you.
Enough is enough.
We have news for you. Hear what I'm telling you? You're not going to do this. You're not going to put Sabrina through this. You're not going to put Amicia through this. You can get to me. You can't get to Alana. We're bulletproof.
Right.
But guess what? That's why we're in front and we're standing for them. God first, we second, Dr. Todd, and we're third.
Right.
Right? No. But I got news for you. You're not gonna do this.
Enough is enough.
And we ain't gonna give you none of our time. Because bitch, you don't deserve it. And whoever wanna come, I heard a bunch of Guyanese saying that they know about me. I'm gonna say it on this live. The only thing Guyanese know about me, I was was rape. And guess what? I allow you to know that about me. And I'm going to say this now. The man who did it is in the grave. And whoever wants to follow, he could follow him. Yes, I will speak it with authority because it was given to me by God. Amen. Right? You're not going to put this family through this. Let them heal. You are a dog. Right. You are a dog to continuously going after this family, saying things about them, even though we ask you, please, all we focusing on is justice. Justice for Adriana. Justice, please. Justice for Adriana. Help the family, mother and father to heal. We asked you, enough. We're on here now because now she's coming after Adriana's mom. She's offered to pay for something that it was declined, and now she's on her live talking that Amicia is begging her for money. I stole £10,000 from the GoFundMe. I said you stole 10,000. I said you stole 10,000. And she told her that I stole. How? And I'm here. I'm here. I'm here to help my family heal. We are here. We are the supporter of our family, and I'm going to back our family up no matter what. I don't care what anybody say. You can talk, you can say whatever. We're here to support our family and to get justice for Adriana, like we always have. And we've begged and begged and plead. It doesn't negate that we're not appreciative of what she's done, but now she's doing more harm. Enough is enough. Please step back. We've asked you to cease and desist. It will be given to her in writing very shortly because she doesn't understand the verbal part of it. Now it's going to be in writing. I think she wanted this. We're asking you, like, enough is enough. You've called, you've done. Here we are. You blocked us, you blocked her, you blocked me. But you still go on your feed or you make videos and posts. Now you come after Adriana's mother. You went after her dad. You went after Angie. You went after me. You went after Fata. Now you're coming back to Adriana's mom. Enough is enough. They need to heal. They need to heal. That is why we're here today, okay? To have a family weekend with my family, okay? They need to heal. Enough is enough. We've been begging. We've been pleading with her. Please let them heal. They've been through enough.
So Hayley doesn't seem to respect families' boundaries in any sort of case that she done. The reason she asked for the money back on the autopsy was because there was a live with the father and a friend of theirs, and the friend of theirs was called Sexy Fata on there, and because the father came on live calling her Sexy Fata, which was her TikTok name, Hayley had a crash out and demanded that the money be sent back to her, and she put in a refund with PayPal. I think Inez just sent me that video, so I'm just going to...
He also, so Brian, from the very start, since Hayley came, they didn't knew her and she was uncertain herself. So there was one life where actually Sir Brian turned the back on Hayley. And ever since that, Hayley just had like a lot of animosity towards family.
She accused Adriana's father, Sir Brian Young, of flirting with Fata, who is another Guyanese lady. She's a TikToker, well known in Guyana, who was also raising awareness about Adriana Young in Guyana. And, she said to her viewers that she was doing that for Adriana's mum, because she didn't think it was right. And again, it's another clear example of her centering herself in something that she hasn't been asked to do. She does have no relationship with Adriana's mum to be able to speak up about their relationship. And as Ginger Gemini said, this woman's name is Sexy Fata, so people call her Sexy for short.
Oh, and just on top of that with Fata as well, Hayley doesn't know the way Caribbean speak with the woman. So what we're thinking here is a flirting. In fact, it isn't. And that's
Hayley also had a very, I think, uncomfortable kind of attachment to Sir Brian. Her behaviour towards him was it was just strange at times. And I think a few other people noticed that as well.
Amen to that.
Tara, you're muted.
I keep doing that. So this is Hayley speaking about Sir Brian after he said he called sexy fat as sexy.
Platform, by the way, everyone's watching, and you know, at least 5 people messaged me after the live saying, "What do you think of that then?" And what am I supposed to say? To me, to have his back and make excuses for his fucking behaviour when he's on live with his dick practically hanging out, right? I said that shit. I wasn't even going for fatter in the beginning. I said I'm constantly making up excuses. Now you're saying you don't blame your mum. Now your wife's putting out a statement saying, "Hang on a minute, she killed our child. What do you mean you don't blame your mum?"
Yeah.
Gemini, sorry me baby, because I thought this was going to be at 5 o'clock. Listen, I have to jump over to my Chantel's battle. If you want, come back in 15 minutes. If not, do you want to do this tomorrow night? Or it's up to you.
You know what, Pearl? See, because the clip pages, doing it tomorrow night would probably give me enough time to get everything sorted. Like, we'll just go from where we left off.
Where we've left off, everybody.
Yeah,
so
that's
just, I'm
a good
sorry,
idea.
everybody. It's just my Chantel, and we were going to start this at 5, and it didn't start at 6. So listen, I'm going to jump over to Rubber Ducks Live. I'm going over to there, and we'll finish this off where we've ended from now. We'll start it up again tomorrow night. So it's 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Gemini.
5 o'clock time,
so
yeah.
5 o'clock tomorrow night, everybody. We will continue where we've left off tonight. But everybody that's in the boxes, you're welcome back tomorrow night. I just want to thank you so much. And I know people saying it's not right, this, that and the other, but people who's new to the app needs to know about these things.
Can I just, that's the point I forgot to say. That's the point I completely forgot to say.
It's finished, sorry. I'll have to go over and I'll give her something in a bit. I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't even realise. Sorry.
No, is it finished?
Just, yeah. Carry on. Sorry.
Thank you for hosting the space, and thank you for everyone being respectful and stuff in the comments and giving everyone a chance just to speak. So thank you. I do appreciate it.
I just wanted to point out, Hayley has not taken her account down due to bullying. Hayley has taken her account down because police have asked her to not be saying certain things online and to not be saying things on live. So they said her account was marked. So it's not because of bullying.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for letting me come up here.
Sorry, everybody. Listen, and it's better for you anyways. You've got the kids to sort. So we'll sort yours tomorrow night, but we'll start again from this, from 5 o'clock tomorrow. I'm sorry. I'll have to go over and say sorry to my Chantel. I didn't even realise she had a battle. I'm sorry.
Okay, take care, everyone.
Thank you to everybody in the boxes, and you're all welcome back tomorrow night. But big love, everybody. Thank you for being in, and thank you to all me mods. Big love, everybody. Sorry, everybody. Bye. But you can come in any other time. You know you can. So if there's people wanting in, mods, if you can, let them in, please. That's good, my Laura. Thank you for that. But yeah, so anybody who wants to come up and have an opinion on it, you're more than welcome. Hey, Michael. Your service is terrible.
Sorry, I didn't mean to actually come into this live, but hi.
Hi, Babby. Have you come in to have an opinion on what we're being talked about tonight?
No, just come in to see you look fabulous, that was all.
Thank you. Right, so anybody who wants to come in, please feel free. Come in. Like I said, that was a bit of up and down, that live, and there's things I've never heard. Sorry, Pearl requested, don't worry. There's things I've never heard before there, because like I say, I don't watch Hayley, right? I've had no involvement in anything that's gone on, but some of them things there was just the ladies who spoke tonight. Listen, I just want to say a big up to them, each and every one of them who spoke out tonight. Because that took some guts to come up and do that. And we know people's got such a big platform that this can go like wrong on a massive fuck off level. So I just want to say a big up to them for speaking out. And I don't blame them for keep speaking out. Like I keep saying, new people comes to the app all the time, and I think it should be something that's spoke on personally myself. And it's not a bully live, it's just making people aware when underhanded things, in my opinion, has gone on and what people are trying to reach to a wider community. Hi, Geordie.
Hey, I'm still confused, Pearl. Like, I have no clue what's gone on, what's been said. Like, it was just like overload of information for my little neuro brain. So now I'm even more lost than I was before.
See, for me, it was just ganging up on one person is not right. HS, do you want to get in the box? There was no ganging up. It was people putting information out there at what's been going on. But have you been listening to how there's been ganging up onto vulnerable people as well? And it's took a lot for them to come out. So you're more than welcome to jump in the box. But if you're going to just like type shit in the comments like that, please don't. But the boxes are here for a reason. So HS, if you want to come up, please come up and have your say.
Oh, someone's having a party.
So what I think it was with that, my Geordie, like I say, I haven't been following none of that. So that, again, for me, that was the information overload. And I haven't understood half of what's gone on. But when you're listening, you can see that there's been a lot of underhanded things, in my opinion, that's gone on too. And I think people should be allowed to come up and put their case forward and let everybody make their own mind up about things. But you can tell there was a lot of hurt people in there tonight. And so I don't think people's going to come up and like tell lies on things like that for no reason. Mods, if somebody comes in and there's a background noise like that, just take them straight out, please. Anybody can come up, but some people don't realise they're in the box. So, hi, Kirsty. What's your opinion on it?
Yeah, I have obviously I've watched her a few times, and I've seen obviously how she's treated people, how she's spouted a load of crap, to be fair, and I just sit there and I think, what are you doing on this app? Like, go away. No one actually needs you on this app, to be fair. And I just really find her quite disgusting with the things that she says about people and what she promises to do, and she doesn't actually go ahead and do it.
See, I tell you what, like, for what I always knew was she always said she had degrees, and correct us if I'm wrong, thank you, my cockapoo, she had degrees in criminology. This was my understanding of it all, and it's coming out that she hasn't got none of this. And then when you listen to some of them things that has been said, I just think it's bad. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, honestly, like when she said that she had it, I was like, okay, fair enough. It's not my side of TikTok that I'd usually go to be fair. But obviously, I've come across a lot of lovely people on TikTok. And, you know, they're the kind of people that I actually want to interact with. I'll do anything for, to be fair. And that person is not one person I would do anything for.
Well, like I say, I don't know. People's asking in the comments now. I am looking at the comments. People saying who's saying she hasn't got these degrees. If I had a degree in something and you're doing that, you'd have it up. You'd show people, and a lot of people saying they've never seen these things. So,
can I just say, Ginger, she never even got to tell her own story.
Yeah, but she's coming back on tomorrow night.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, it's only halfway through. We're picking up where we've left off tonight.
Right, I'm not going to say nothing then. I'll jump back.
It's happening tomorrow night at 5 o'clock because there's lots of people hasn't told the stories.
Yeah.
And if it has to take over 2-3 nights, I don't care. If they want to get their story out there, they can use my platform by all means. Now I understand just by seeing a few things tonight at why a lot of people were trying to shut this down.
Yes.
It just, in my opinion, do you know what I'm saying? And I think they're entitled to get their story out there because A lot of that was very, very heartbreaking. And when you think about it, it was all to do with money. It was never anything to do about people's feelings, what the family was going through, about anything. Most of that, what was going on tonight, was about money.
Yeah.
And like
You're
even
100%.
when Angie come in, and Top Girl, and both were saying, Angie said she'd done this deep dive on her before, and she felt like she got attacked for it. Then Top Girl come in and said she knows what was donated to the family, but I think what people were trying to get across was, how do they know how much has been raised in all of it, not just what she sent, because of course that's going to tally up with what was sent. But what people were saying was, how do they know how much money? Is there all paperwork to back this up from it going on? Is it the same bank account? Has it gone into other things?
Yes.
This is what people were trying to get across. And if she hasn't got that, there's something going to miss somewhere.
Yeah.
So I
No, you're
understand
100%.
what Top Girl was saying, but I also understand what other people were trying to say. And it was getting like mushed up in the crossfire.
It was all getting entangled.
Yes. So I think she should come on and show from the very first time she's ever started collecting anything where this money's gone to. If it was anybody else, she'd be asking where this money's gone
100%.
to, what's gone where, and how much was donated by people. If she's had that, she's got to have it in some kind of bank account. There's got to be a paper trail, and you can't say no, there isn't. Because hasn't physically walked up to her and handed her cash. It's gone through a transaction some way, shape or form. So there's got to be proof of what was give.
Either bank statements, PayPal receipts. There has to be something.
Exactly.
And it should match up to exactly what she handed over. And then she asked for the fucking money back.
Exactly.
What?
But like I say, we need like them people who were speaking about things tonight to go in to be here, really, to speak about any evidence and whatever, but you can have your opinions on it tonight. That's absolutely fine. Whoever wants to come in and have the opinions, well done, my Chantel. Have the opinions on things can, but like I say, tomorrow night at 5 o'clock we will pick up where we've left off tonight with the same people in, and whoever else wants to come in, and we'll carry on with it. Now, however many nights it takes, we will get through it.
No, it's great then. I just thought, because she went live herself, I was like, oh no, get fucking back on there and tell her.
No,
no, I jumped the gun. My mistake.
But she said it's going to give her time too to pull everything where she's left off to get everything else in order. Because I think, do you know, she got a bit flustered, especially when Angie come into the box and it kicked off. You're welcome. And it kicked off.
The Rexter live, Pearl, you need to watch the back or the videos back on that air high. That was shocking.
So yeah, I'm not being awful. I don't watch the Rexter, and everybody knows.
No. But
you know what I mean? So I don't really want to watch anything with them. Oh, he's my Kiki, I think. Yes, it is. Hi, my Kiki. Are you okay?
Hiya. I was just wondering whether I could read like the statement that I'd prepared.
Oh yeah, I'm going to jump down anyway, Pearl. Thanks.
Of course you can. Can everybody please mute up, please? Just while Kiki speaks, if that's okay.
It's a bit of a long one, but I'm not very good at
That's fine. Take your time. That's fine. I'll mute up too.
So I've had to write everything down. I'm sharing this in the hope of finding some form of closure, and I ask that it be listened to in full. This statement is not written to inflame, attack or discredit anyone. It's written to take accountability for my part, while also being kindly but firmly honest about the harm that has been done to me and others. Firstly, I want to address my own actions. I'm aware that some of my posts and messages have caused people involved and those viewing to feel betrayed, confused or hurt, and for that I'm genuinely sorry. Breaking trust and respect is painful, and I understand why people feel that way. My intention here is not to excuse my behaviour, but to explain how things have reached this point and provide context and clarity. I first came across Hayley during a time when someone was falsely claiming to be Madeleine McCann, and that was around June 2023. During that period, I experienced being blocked and then unblocked. And then in August 2023, I was asked to become a moderator where Hayley said she thought the world of me. At this point, I already admired Hayley deeply. She had spoken openly about domestic violence and her background, and it was clear she was trying to build something meaningful out of a difficult situation, and I don't want to take away from that. Becoming a moderator gave me a sense of purpose at a time when my life was really fragile. I'd just finished intense psychodynamic therapy. I had begun to process abuse I'd experienced, and I've still got a long way to go. My granddad was becoming seriously unwell. My own health was not in a good place. Like Hayley has said herself, it felt like I had found not just one sister but several. Being a part of that community mattered to me more than I probably realised at the time, and I later became open about how much it meant to me, and still means to me in some respects.
You okay? Just take a breather, okay? Take your time. You're not in a race. Just take your time.
I'm here, Keeks. I'm right by your side. You got this. I love you.
As time went on, not just as a moderator, but as a community member, I began to notice patterns that made me increasingly uncomfortable. Stories would change. People would be spoken about harshly behind the scenes. Moderators were played off against one another, which led to periods where one moderator would be targeted and grouped up against, and the situation would then be quietly swept under the rug. I was complicit in this, out of fear for no longer fitting in, and for that I'm really sorry. I should have been stronger and remembered that belonging should never come at the cost of how people are treated. I know other ex-mods and members have felt the same way. Eventually, I became a target myself. I had already messaged Hayley about the way Ella had spoken to me and was told that moderators could not block because we are like sisters. Language like around family and sisterhood is something that I have been very open about being deeply sensitive to, and it carried real heavy weight for me. When my granddad, who has recently passed away, was brought into a conversation in the way that he was, I was really upset. I voice noted back really reactively to say that I felt it was out of order, and in doing so, I brought up one of Hayley's relatives that has passed away. And I want to be very clear that I apologised immediately. I acknowledged that her relatives, especially ones that have passed away, had nothing to do with that situation, and I could have expressed myself really differently, and I stand by that apology. What followed was a voice note in which I was shouted at and shamed. Even after deep reflection, I cannot understand why I deserve to be belittled for living at home at 30, for my health needs, or for having a different lifestyle that requires care and support. Needing support does not mean I have given up, and being spoken to in such a way has caused real harm. After this, I messaged privately to apologise again and simply asked where I stood, as I had been blocked on TikTok but remained connected on other platforms. I had already expressed how confusing this was for me. I did not receive a reply. If I had been told I need a few days, I would have respected that completely. Instead, I was met with silence. Each time I've posted on TikTok, it has been in a reaction to being told something, whether that be privately or when Hayley has been live and I've been told about it. One of the first instances has been when I was told, Kiki's left, Holly can take her place. While I still not had received any response. I take accountability for reacting publicly and accept that it may not have been the best decision. However, I felt, and I still feel, shut down in a space where I'd been told I would be listened to. I was blamed for the things I did not do, while being open about the things I did do. Regarding the video involving a male, I have not confirmed and I will not confirm who that person is. Hayley did that herself. The video was from a day that individual helped her move from a DV safe house into her new home. At the time, the understanding was that he did not know that address and that they met in public. I became aware of this video on the same day that I posted that video. I had no awareness of that until I posted that video. I also need to address the way that information around safety in certain individuals is now being spoken about, as it does not reflect how events actually occurred. At various points, sensitive information, including elements of Hayley's safety plan, have been shared within moderator spaces and on live. More recently, I've been told it's been framed in a very different light, which has been deeply distressing and worrying, as it's not how things have been have happened. As recently as 2 months ago, Hayley would come into the moderator group and speak openly about concerns and being let down, and then in response, moderators, particularly free moderators I worry for, step up and help with finances or through Amazon wish lists. Supporting somebody in that way isn't wrong, but it becomes uncomfortable when the narrative about the same individuals are presented publicly in a way that contradicts what moderators were told at a time. In regards to the WhatsApp group created by another ex-mod, this has been misrepresented. That group was not created to hate on Hayley or undermine her. It was created to check on me and support me at a time when I was really, really struggling. There was a phone call in which a different moderator did say some things, and I did raise this with Hayley privately. Instead of that being handled through conversation, it was taken to a live where I was blamed for it. Since then, it has also been said publicly that the WhatsApp group was only recently discovered, which again is not accurate. Being told things in confidence and then seeing them twisted, reframed or selectively presented to fit a different narrative has been damaging again. The leaked voice note call between Hayley and Corey was leaked because I wanted people to see Hayley for who she is, not to bring light on Corey or Alex. I follow them, but I don't watch them much. And in reflection, I should have added better context and explained myself. I understand that from the outside, this all may appear trivial and dramatic, but for those of us who are moderators, we put everything into this. We've worked tirelessly to keep the Discord safe, to keep lives safe, to reply to messages at all hours. That sense of safety was compromised when admin access was granted in a way that allowed deeply personal folders, including baby loss, poems, mental health, chronic illness, parenting, and other support spaces to be visible. A Discord can't be promoted as safe if privacy is not protected or if there is no clear record of who has access. It is also not accurate to say these systems weren't unwanted when phone calls took place, where they were discussed and agreed upon. I've not been able to touch upon everything, but ultimately what I'm seeking is closure and change. There's too many people hurt for this to be dismissed as a few individuals causing drama. We're not all wrong in saying we were harmed. I'm asking for acknowledgement, reflection and accountability, particularly around hurting victims' families, ableism, DV-related comments, the sexualisation of people, and things that have been said publicly on live. I've spent a great deal of time reflecting on my own actions, and I'm simply asking for the same in return, not only for my own healing, but for the others who have spoken out, reached out, or may yet do so. All of this has had a deeply detrimental and harmful impact on me. I acknowledge my part in that, and I understand that as an adult I'm responsible for my own well-being. I never intended to place my mental health on anyone else as an expectation or demand for support. What I did hope for, and what I still hope for in some sense, is simply for somebody to acknowledge and hear my hurt, and maybe somebody to say, okay, wait, maybe we need to listen here because she's hurting. I know others are hurting too, and I truly recognise that. None of what I've said or done has come from a place of hatred. It's come from pain, confusion, and genuine desire for accountability, understanding, and closure.
Oh my Kiki, I don't know what to say, honestly.
You've done amazing, Keeks. You've done amazing.
But listen, everybody, like, that's took a lot for Kiki to come out and do all of that, because she is getting, like, bullied. I'm going to say it as it is. She's getting bullied on a massive scale on the app. As we can hear, Kiki is a vulnerable adult. So I just want to say well done to you, me baby, and you're always welcome here. You can always have your say in here, nobody will ever shut you down. But this just goes to show it was like a cult behind the scenes, in my opinion, just off listening. I don't think we've heard the worst of it yet. Like I say, are you okay, my Kiki?
I am okay. Like, I've not touched on everything. I've not been able to. I don't want it to be a hate campaign. I really don't. I just want like Hayley to sit down and listen to people that are hurt. I want her to because I do think she started this from a place of like caring. She did. She really did. And I think she just needs to sit down and like listen. And I know it's painful for her to listen to like people saying like you do the wrong thing, but she needs to sit down and listen to people that are saying like you're hurting us.
Yeah.
Because it matters.
And again, at any time, everybody was well aware if Hayley or any of her current mods or any of her friends wanted to come in, they were more than welcome. There's nobody blocked from this live. But it's not a hate campaign. It's just exactly what my Kiki's just said, to let her know what she has been doing for a long, long time. So if this is how the mods are feeling, like ex-mods, how are the family of these poor people that's lost their lives, that are no longer here, how are they feeling? When we've heard some of the things, how she sent people to go to... Listen, there was awful things said. So I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. And like I say, as long as any of them want to come up and speak and constantly get their point across, they can, till she stops being a narcissist, controlling. I don't want to go into it because, listen, I'm only going and listening off what's here, but it's obvious the lies that's being told. It's obviously obvious for the bullying that's going on, and it's on another level, and it's very, very cult vibes. That's what I'm trying to say. And this is bad. And now I understand why so many people were trying to stop people from speaking out on this. And I'm just pleased they found somewhere where they can have a voice. And also, Hayley can come in anytime and have her voice. It's not a one-sided. So I just think big up to you and well done for speaking out.
Sorry for bringing it back up.
No.
Listen, to do it tomorrow. It's just I can't do. I need to be able to just put a close on this. Like, and maybe I'll speak again on in the future. But right now, I need to be able to close a book on it and say right.
I've just heard how you explained what you went through and stuff, and you know what, I didn't even realise it was that bad, but I wanted to say you did not explain your perspective and how she treated you amazingly, and I really am so sorry first of all for what she's done to you, but I'm also so proud of you for how you explained it, and wow, you've done yourself amazing justice. And you know what, Pearl, I've never really watched it before, but your platform is amazing, the way you hosted it and literally let everybody speak and took the time to listen. You're a credit to yourself as well. Amazing. You've done a lot of justice, ladies.
Yeah, thanks, Pearl.
Thank you, my Becca. And tomorrow night, my Becca, again, they did share the live to you tonight. Gemini is going to pick up from 5 o'clock where she's left off tonight. So there's still chances for everybody who hasn't spoke, everybody who's had anything to do with this. And however many nights it goes on, everybody is entitled and allowed to come up and have the say. And whether that be people for Hayley or people that's telling the stories, whichever way it wants to go, everybody is allowed to come up and have their say. And I'll never shut anybody down. I'll never ever stop anybody from having a voice.
Can I just say, Kiki, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for everything. This is really hard. I'm petrified being on here, and everyone knows that this petrifies me, but I've had to do this. I needed to walk away when Kiki did, but I had a call with Hayley, and people know my situation that are close to me, and I had to choose my daughter and her son. I had to protect them because I knew what would happen. And it happened yesterday. She threatened me. She blackmailed me. And for anyone out there, all the other mods that I love dearly, I'm so sorry. But it was a community that I'd gained so much support from. And I found so many lovely friends I was scared to lose.
Yes.
And I also had told a lot of people some very personal things. And for that to be now used against me and to put my daughter and her son's lives in danger because she's threatening to out that if I continue to put up any statements or release things. Yes, I've said some horrible things. I've said some shitty things, and I've told Kiki I've said some things because I was scared. When Kiki told me before, people have been outed when they've left, I went into panic. My daughter went into panic, and I said, Hayley will not do this to you, Danielle. Sorry, I'm saying names I shouldn't. But I tried to tell my daughter, I'm sorry, but I just needed to come on to say to people, all is not what it seems. And yes, we saw things. A lot of the mods and current mods are seeing things, but they're too frightened because they'll lose a whole community of friends they've built up for years. And it's not only that, you get tarnished when you leave. You get slated all over the app for being a good person. All we ever was, we worked day, night, trying to help victims. And even like Kiki said, the first time I saw that video, that hurt to know we all helped her financially, emotionally when she got her new house. Because knowing she was in a situation to get a girl safe, we wanted to help her. To know she had a perpetrator moving her in there, that just hurt. Not that it's any of our business, but it hurt because there's real victims that need that help.
It's like a kick in the guts. It was like,
yeah, sorry, I got
what we've been told.
So upset hearing you, Kiki, and I just needed to come and say we are so sorry.
Please don't be sorry.
What she said.
Can I just butt in dead quickly? It's not butting in, but I just think something really needs to say. Obviously, that is Hayley's personal circumstance, and I don't want to doubt what she's been through and stuff. But I think Hayley said something that, in my opinion, was very dangerous in a video where she highlighted that yes, she does have her abuser in her house around her children, and Hayley elaborated on that by saying she allows her abuser in her house around her children because she is a good mother. Now, I just want to say, I completely, as a survivor, but as a woman and as a mother, want to say that is a very, very dangerous narrative to spin. One, nobody is a better mother than anybody else. We're all brilliant mothers, but safeguarding, especially when you've been through abuse, is the number one. And it is not safeguarding to have your abuser in your home with no other appropriate adult present, especially an abuser that is saying that they're on a come down from substances. It is not making you a better mother than anybody else to forgive your abuser. Anyone who's been through abuse deals with it differently. If you want to move on with forgiveness, then so be it. If you don't want to have forgiveness for your abuser, then so be that as well. So nobody listening to Hayley's apology or accountability about having her abuser in her house, please don't watch that and think you're any less of a mother than Hayley because you do not allow your abuser around your children. And that is just something that I really wanted to say.
Well done. That was well said, my Becca. Well said.
Can I also just say to me, you don't need to be sorry. You've got nothing to be sorry for. We've all said things in this because we've been worried for our own well-being. But equally, you're in the same situation that I was in just before Christmas.
I know, it's
so
just
please
awful.
Don't be sorry. Please don't be.
Another hardest thing that people have got to understand. Just before Christmas, I was given a possible terminal diagnosis. I don't know where my life stands at the moment. And I used this group for support. Don't believe me, I knew Hayley was saying things to people that I was moaning or so I stopped saying too much because I didn't want people to think I was trauma dumping, as she'd call it. But straight away yesterday she went on the live basically saying that I've made it all up and she wishes I'd dropped down dead.
Wow.
What sort of friend of 2 years does that? What sort of friend does that? She said, I'm not at the hospital like I claim. I'm laying in bed reading. I had one day over Christmas where I messaged her a good book and I sent her the cover photo on my Kindle. I've had literally 3 times a week up to Christmas. I've been in for blood tests. Do I need to prove? And I've even sent certain mods my medical records to prove.
Wow, you had to do
I
that.
shouldn't have to do that.
You should never, ever have to do that. That is your personal business,
But
Mini-Me.
this woman manipulates hundreds of thousands of people on a live to make me look evil. That I would make up things. I'd make up things about what my daughter's going through. I can't talk about that at the moment.
Yeah,
She knows that.
She done. I don't know whether you was around then, Mini-Me, but she held a whole live about me saying that I wasn't autistic and I wasn't deaf, to the point that I cried and went on live and showed my medical records, showed my hearing aids, and now I look back and I think, why is that?
It's disgusting. My granddaughter's deaf, so I would never have stood by that.
That was because she was like making a video and making little comments about the way I pronounce things sometimes, which is a combination of being a Scouser, but also obviously about being deaf as well. Like, my pronunciation's not very good, but it knocks me sick that I ever went on live and cried and showed my medical record. So please do not think you have to explain nor prove your medical scare or your medical diagnosis to anyone, let alone Hayley Williams. You don't.
I just put a statement yesterday to apologise to Kiki and to say I was walking away. I walked away. I blocked Hayley and I walked away because all day she was constant at me. You didn't tell me about this message. You didn't. And I kept showing her screenshots previous where I had, and she would not accept it because she wanted me out. She does this when she wants a person out. She finds something and she goes at them. And in the end, I tried to walk away weeks ago. I just blocked and said, I'm done. And this is what I came up against because I put a statement out saying my reasonings. I didn't go into total detail. I've got a lot more reasonings than what I said. But she literally went in on me yesterday. If you do not take that live down by 3:00, I will out every single message you have sent me. If that includes the messages with your daughter, then so be it. Well, she knows I have told her about my daughter's ongoing legal case.
Have you got these in messages, Mini-Me?
Sorry?
Have you got all of this in messages?
She did it on a live yesterday.
She did it on a live, wow.
Yeah, I've got the lives. I've got the clips on the live, which
in my
yes, I am. I've taken legally.
Blackmail.
I've taken it legally. I've been in meetings today.
Yeah, there's certain things that I can't discuss.
No, I can't discuss too much, but I've done the legal route today, and yeah, I will speak my truth. She's tried to stop me yesterday speaking my truth. I will not be shut down because my daughter is going through something and she's holding that above my head. That is not right. Not right at all.
If she does come out and say anything of this just shows you, everybody, what an absolute dirtbag, an absolute scab would do. One mother would do this to another when they know that another mother's child is going through something really, really bad that they don't want to speak about, and she's coming on a live in front of God knows how many people and doing this to this lady who we've all just heard this, that she doesn't know how she's on with things at the minute. But Mini-Me as well, Jane's Positive Corner here, listen, and the same with any of yous in the boxes, any of yous in the comments. Jane's Positive Corner works with, she could put you in the right direction for proper trained help, not to just tell anybody about your problems on the internet. She'll put you in that that proper space, like to get the right help that you need. So it's worthwhile giving her a little follow up, and like I say, never speak to anybody on the app about anything. And this is my whole point. No wonder she's been trying to shut it down, as well as other people trying to shut it down left, right and centre. And to each and every one of yous in the boxes, all I want to say is a massive big up to yous for standing up to a bully, because it's pack mentality, it's cult mentality, and she's so controlling and narcissistic. It's on another level, and I am so shocked at what I'm hearing. And as again, I've told you, I think it's just the tip of the iceberg. And listen, if this takes weeks to get through, everybody's going to get their chance to come up here and have their say. Nobody's going to shut us down. If I have to go through all of my accounts where I've got nobody shutting us down. So anybody who wants to speak about this, and all I'm going to advise you, make sure whatever live she speaks about you's in, record it. Telephone numbers, like make sure if there's any messages, but deal with it down the proper route. Go to the police about it, because this is bad on another fucking level. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so bad.
Sorry, Per, can I just jump in there? Beth, you're doing a lot of mouthing in the chat. Why don't you get in the box and say it to me? Hayley Comic never had me in a Discord, and she never raised money.
She actually made a video about you, Jane.
Well, she made it.
She will be watching, and all I can say is I hope karma comes and bites you big style in the butt, and I hope you get everything you deserve, because for 1,000,000%, she's in here watching.
Pearl, can we
if you are in here, Hayley, jump in the box and tell me what this video is about, because my refuge walk's done every year and it was no scam, so stop putting that rubbish out there.
I was going to play the video tomorrow.
Sorry, who are you asking? Can they come in the box?
Harry's been looking to get up, but I want to can I say to Mini? Oh, sorry, Jane, were you talking?
Yeah, what video? What's this video about?
Made a video saying that you how dare you let any one of us talk whenever she helped you and she raised money for you and your charity.
She did not raise money. She did not raise money. Pearl jumped in the box and got Luke and everybody in, and then Michelle came in and donated. Hayley came in and had a chat. Did she have a battle? Other than that, Hayley I think she had a battle and give a little bit of support.
Mods, can you ring change the boxes for somebody wanting to come up in the box? Can you ring change the boxes, please?
That was it, begin and end of story. Don't bother bringing the refuge into this, Hayley, because I will not put up with this drama.
Mini-Me, can I just say, Hayley, yesterday, I watched that whole clip where she made that threat, like if you make any more statements. She didn't just say you, she said if any one of us piss her off, she is going to out that. So she is holding you accountable for anyone's behaviour, which makes that 10 times, 1,000,000 times worse in my eyes. And it is blackmail. And see, whenever I found out,
that's why they've took it very, very seriously, because
we all take it seriously.
It's a very serious case that she is playing games with.
Yeah.
1 second, lasses. I'm just going to run to the toilet. I'll be 2 seconds. I'm just going on mute.
That's actually called coercive control.
He claimed I knew buzzwords when I told Kiki all this, when Hayley, the police was called to Kiki. Yeah. It wasn't me, like Hayley claimed on the live, who made the initial call.
Yeah.
It was one of the other mods. They made the initial call, and then they were told everyone else was told to do a report. I obviously had to do a report because I didn't know what parts of the chat was going to come out. I've explained this to Kiki because, again, my daughter's case, I was worried that had come out. I then, sorry, I've lost my trail of thought.
You're all right. You're upset. So
so it went on that I made my report, and also I said to them on the report I was worried about Kiki because she'd put up a post about suicide, and I didn't want that on my hands because I love Kiki, always did, always will do. And so she's put out on there about like that and saying that was all on me. It's all there. I've got all the messages from every single WhatsApp group we had.
She's trying to pass the buck here, so she is trying. Sure, look, whenever she thought this exposure was coming along, what did she do? She threatened to out all your messages, you know?
I've told Kiki, I will tell her, I will show her these WhatsApp, I will show her everything I've said. I've said some shitty things, but you do when you're being manipulated by a lady that tells you, you believe the way she tells things. She's got thousands in her lives every time. She's convincing.
Very believable.
Convinced me for a long time that she was a good person. Then I started to see cracks and I was thinking, that doesn't seem right, as a lot of us did. A lot of us mods did a long time ago. And a lot of the mods that are still there still doubt. And I know it's going to happen to them. And it's sad because I loved most of them. I got on so well with nearly every one of them mods. There was a few that I told Hayley this over and over, that was a few. And she turned that again on the live yesterday and said, no, they weren't the problem. It was your daughter that was the problem. My daughter never went in the Discord. Once she went in the Discord to defend Hayley. Once.
Is this the Discord you had to pay to get into?
Yeah.
You had to be a sub.
You had to be a subscriber to her.
Yeah.
I just want to quickly pop up. I obviously hopped up when Kiki was speaking. I was Hayley's mod from like back when Becca will probably remember me, maybe back from like that time ago. I left in the summer. Well, I was booted in the summer for other reasons, all of which was none of it was quite true because I checked in on someone. Anyway, that's by the by. Then I was allowed back in the community, back in the Discord. And then obviously the thing kicked off with Kiki. And because I stood with Kiki, I was booted again. I'm not having Kiki. When I was booted initially, there's a few people, but Kiki was the one person that actually spoke to me and made sure that I was okay and continued to speak to me throughout the whole time I wasn't part of the community because I wasn't allowed to be. And because
she did that to me as well, Sophie. She's the only person who did check in.
And Rita Champ, I unmodded myself because she was vile. Rita, you can jump up in the box if you want.
And then, when it all kicked off with Kiki, I realised I'd got, removed from the Discord, and I was like, why? Like, I'm not getting involved in any of this. She was like, well, you need to tell your friend this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I'm not getting involved. Like, I'm friends with Kiki, and that's how it stands. Like, and I was blocked. And I was, and whatever, I will stand with Kiki forever. Kiki is like a sister to me. She's been there for me from day one. She's always looked out for me. She's got the biggest heart of gold. She is the funniest, kindest, most beautiful person inside and out. And she don't deserve anything that she's got. So I'm here to stand up for my Kiki because she deserves the world and more.
Exactly.
It seems to be there's been a lot of mods, Pearl, that have from the beginning. There a lot of mods. There's been issues with every single one. It's like a wash, rinse, and repeat with Hayley with their treatment of the mods. That's from what I can see. There's quite a few, and a lot of them are in my community now. Do you know what I mean? And they're all lovely, amazing women. Do you know what I mean? They're not bad people. And I think
that's what I'm saying. Everybody can't be wrong. Sorry, Gemini. Can I just tell you from Courtney as well, please? Sorry. Hi, Courtney.
Yeah, it's taken a lot to come into the box just because of the last time I was in this box. Hayley told all of you what she told you. I gotta say, this has been a long time coming. She is the most vilest, nastiest person. And I've been saying this since she did what she did to me. She dragged you into it, Pearl. She dragged a lot of people into it. She had you all believing I was a scammer, a manipulator. She went as far as contacting my ex-flipping husband and then looking for my child's socials. And that's not even the worst of it. Even one of her mods here, Kiki, can confirm. She accused me of being the reason my child's gone. That is how vile she is. And how anybody could even run with that it's beyond me. How is that even remotely okay? I mean, the hate that I've got, after all that kicked off that night in your box, the amount of hate that I had received for days going, I nearly joined my flipping daughter.
Oh.
You know what I
mean? She turned that around because, as we all seen it was down to money again. And she didn't make it about, your daughter. She made it about money, and that's why everybody did jump onto it.
See, she made it about my daughter in the Discord, and I've seen the comments, I've read them for myself, and then Alex did the same. You know, the amount of people that ran with the whole, it's all about the money, and then accusing, even making assumptions that my daughter was transgender. She was not transgender. And people ran with that. I'm apparently unaliving, naming my kid, you know? None of that is okay. People can't just go around spouting that shit.
She didn't even come to... Sorry, Courtney, I'll cut you up, but she didn't even go to Courtney for any of this information. It was all what she'd looked up and just made of herself. And then she came to all of us mods and said, can one of you message the ex-partner of Courtney's? It's like...
And I've got the evidence of that.
See, this is what I'm saying. I've been on the other end of this, so I've believed as well. So I've held my hands up. I've believed certain things that I've been told, like by Hayley and Courtney. You're a prime example of it.
I actually appreciate you saying that, because I've had one apology from one person who had accused me of unaliving my child. So
I've never said that.
No, you've never said that. You've never said it.
It was ever about the money, but again, for believing, like now it's all come to light, listen, we can all make mistakes, we can all believe things, and because she had such a strong platform and everybody was under the illusion she had all of these degrees or whatever it was, so we were thinking, they're right, yes, why do they want this money for? And she made you believe, and this is where I'm saying the narcissistic traits come in. So I hold my hands up and I do apologise for believing about the money, but I never ever said anything about your daughter, like sexuality or
you've never
had
done
anything to do with that. I never ever done that.
No, I can confirm you've never not once ever said that. And just to back up what it is that I am doing with that money, I've even uploaded the proof and the receipts. I've got the podcasting equipment and I've got the PC. So all of that is happening. It is genuine, and people will start seeing how genuine even more that this is when it's all set up in the next few weeks.
Talk about how it affected the petition.
Yeah.
Sorry, Courtney, thank you for saying that. Can I just hear from Hattie? Then we will hear from whoever else hasn't spoke. Oh, sorry, Hattie, 1 minute. Amanda, sorry, have you had your say?
I just want to say thanks, Peril, and I'm so proud of the women that are coming together to try and just bring a bit of awareness to this, so that maybe some other vulnerable people aren't in this position crying online about this, because it's awful. Awful. I've been in a dark place because of it as well, because she's been threatening me. People have been sending me threats about coming to my house. It's just been the worst thing I've went through online, and I'm quite a strong person. She's outed my disabilities, she's outed who I live with. It's just, honestly, it's just terrible. And I'm so proud of you, Kiki, Mini-Me, and everybody else that's involved. Courtney, Ginger, Hattie, you are all so strong, and thank you for doing this, and thank you for coming together. Okay, that's all I want to say. Thanks, Peril.
Thank you for that. Thank you, my Amanda. But this is what I'm saying. Everybody can't be singing from the same hymn sheet and be wrong. And if you listen to everybody, they're all saying the same things has happened to them. And this is what we don't see, what's going on behind the scenes in these private WhatsApp chats, group chats and whatever. So now it's finally coming where everybody's singing from the same hymn sheet, and everybody can't be wrong. I'm sorry. Hi, Hattie.
I'm just up. I really didn't think it still affected me. I've been supporting Gemini, Amanda and all that. And just the night when the live was going on, somebody messaged me that I spoke to last year. I need to ask her if I can produce the actual thing. Because she messaged me to say, hiya, was it you I spoke to last year? And I'm like, this was going on, and I was like, oh God, I'm like, try to go back and forth. And I looked back up, it was me she'd messaged. And it was about Hayley. She had tried to contact Hayley to give her something. And I had messaged Hayley to say, listen, this lady was fun to know, and she was really vile. I've not got any proof or anything. I done away with Discord. I deleted it. I went back on it there for a wee while, but I deleted it. I'm not allowed in a Discord anyway. I wouldn't go back in. What it was is I had said to Hayley about it, and Hayley was a pure and utter bitch about the woman. She's like, I don't want her near me. She's fucking nothing but a stalker. She hounds me in every life. She was just really, really horrible. And I didn't know what to do. That's when I started really doubting her. I went back to the lady and I says to her, I'm really, really sorry. She doesn't give you her address or anything. Please don't ask her that. I says, no, I can't. I don't know her address either, and I wouldn't ask her. I was really, really nice. The woman just messaged me the night to say what actually happened, and I told her the truth. I'm really sorry. I did lie to you. I says, but it was to protect you. I actually was greeting earlier on because I'm like, why did I even lie for somebody? Why? She's so manipulative.
Nick, 2 seconds. Sorry, Hattie. Nick, I'm just going to drop you down because somebody called High's desperate for the box. You can come back up.
She's very manipulative and she knows when people are vulnerable. I'm just realising now how vulnerable I was at that time. I came out all dead strong and all that. She does know how to pick on people. She finds a spot and she works on it. These lasses, I never go anything but they've got, she did hold a wee live in me in a bitch fest and lied. Water's off her ducks back to me, but which she started with Amanda, then she done with Kiki, and now what she's doing with Minnie is beyond control. It should not happen. It is disgusting.
Oh dear. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, my Hattie.
Can I just mention very quickly before I drop back down? There's someone I know in the comments called Lol Watterson, and she has said if anyone wants to have help in getting justice by what's been done to them because of Hayley, just reach out to her. She is in the comments there. She'll probably just leave a comment now for people, but she knows someone who actually can help, even if you are struggling financially to fund any legal stuff. She knows someone who can actually help. So she just wanted me to put that out there for people to know.
Oh,
hi, Pearl.
Hi.
This is Kels.
Kels out tonight. Out, mods.
Who's Kels?
Out. Sorry. Courtney, thank you for that. So lols in the comments. Sorry, Kells, not the time tonight. You're welcome in any time. Not the time tonight.
Sorry, Pearl, the lady's just actually commented in the live. I can produce.
Well, if you want to jump up into the box so people can follow you, and there, she's in the box. So this is lol, everybody. If you need help, whichever way.
Just to say, if any of you would like to DM me, my friend's a freelance barrister. She's gone on her own to help people who can't afford the legal system. And if you can all send me any messages, anything you've got about Miss Commerce, I'm pretty sure my friend and I will do all we can to have this woman prosecuted, because that can't go on. And you know, when you do a criminology degree, there's a code of ethics about what you get yourself involved in. And sadly, she's nothing more than a social media sleuth. She's not a criminologist. She's not educated enough to take on anybody's cases.
It's sad, just like the way that you led down a certain path to believe certain things. Just like with Courtney again, it was never anything to do with Courtney's child, nothing at all ever to do with that. But she made you think there was something untoward just with the money. And this is what I'm saying, it keeps coming back to the money side of it. And then she had the whole app go against Courtney over some... saying something about some gaming. She tried to blame Courtney's partner. Then the partner got mad, and you can understand why. Like, again, I'm saying everybody can't be wrong.
I think sorry,
Lol, what were you saying?
If anyone, wants to message me, just a few little messages in your live about me with Sam Walker. Anyone wants to message me, I'll tell you what he said about me dead daughter, and that's why I ousted him. But yeah, feel free to keep on going about Sam Walker, because you've all given him a platform, I never did. I ousted him in my own name because I'm not afraid of people. Unlike some of these women in here who are extremely vulnerable and been taken advantage of. I'm 68. I'm on my way out, not on my way in. And I'm not really frightened of many people. Least of all the silly comments in here. I'm trying to help women who've been exposed and exploited. I've got a daughter dead, a husband dead, my son's got a brain tumour and he's got 18 months to live. Do you think anything what any of you say to me bothers me? Come on, get it together, will you? But I'm prepared to help any single one of you. I mean that sincerely. I've got a good friend who's a barrister, and if you want to message me with anything at all and we can get a case together, I'm very, very happy to help any single person. I hate bullies, I hate disrespect, and I hate exploitation, most of all of women who are on the vulnerable side of life. That's all I've got to say, Pearl.
Sorry, can I just say quickly, in Hayley's defence, which I very rarely say, she did actually confess 2 years ago that she doesn't have a criminology degree, and she did lie about that. So Hayley,
absolutely,
Hayley doesn't have a degree, guys.
She said since that she has.
Yeah, absolutely. But thanks for letting me in, Pearl.
Yeah.
But please, anyone...
Also, anybody who needs anything, if you please give Milo a follow up, please. And like I say, she'll speak to you off the app about anything that you don't want to speak about on here. If you're frightened to come forward to do anything, big up. Thank you, everybody who's gifting everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
If you're frightened to come out and speak on a live or in the comments, please just follow Lol up and then she'll get back to you. And it's always, as she said, it's with a barrister, so it's code of ethics. It'll be private, confidential. Please don't be scared to speak up about things that's been happening to you.
And if you do message me, I'll put you on to the barrister. It won't be through me. It won't be third hand. You'll be able to deal with me friend directly. So it's not, I won't know anything. That's the truth, because I'm not legally equipped to deal with it either. But that's all I wanted to say. But please look after yourselves, everyone. And well done for coming in, girls. Really, really pass on the back to you all.
No.
Thanks, Pearl.
Milo. Thank you.
You lol.
No. Sorry, everybody. I keep going on mute. I've got this cough and I can't get rid of it. I'm sorry. But like I say, I can just say big well done to yous, because it's took some guts coming forward, especially when you hear what's been going on behind the scenes and the level of bullying and intimidation and what you've had to deal with. I want to say big well done to each and every one of yous, because it can't have been easy, knowing fine well that it's not just her, it's all the community that was coming after you. So honestly, it's wrong on every level. What's happened to you?
I just want to say thank you for the support from people. Like, I didn't expect support. I just wanted to speak out because I needed to, but for my own sake. And I just want to thank everybody for the support that they have shown, because I really do appreciate it.
Oh, Kiki, listen, you've always got support here. We'll always be behind you, and that goes for any of yous. We'll always be behind you. We're not just going to ook you out in the cold and leave you there. There's always some form of support here. And if you ever want it again, like tomorrow night, anybody that hasn't been in from 5 o'clock tomorrow night, all the ladies that's in the box, plus some other ladies, they've been telling their stories, and Gemini has finished at a certain point, but tomorrow night at 5 o'clock we'll be carrying on from where she left off tonight, just so she can get everything in order. And again, whoever wants to come up and speak, if people want to speak in private, there's channels to go down, or contact any of these ladies here, but just work as a team. And now it's out there, please nobody be scared, because personally, me myself, if you've got any messages, any lives that you've downloaded where things has been said, I think she's going to be in a serious lot of trouble just for what people's been saying tonight, with evidence to back it up.
Yeah, I think if anyone wants to come forward and wants me to read out a story, you don't even have to. You can come on a fake account and send me it. I'm more than willing to read it out for you. I'm more than willing to tell everyone your story, because I understand completely the backlash that people get from this community. And at the end of the day, I don't even blame the community either, because a lot of them don't see the drama side, Pearl. A lot of them don't know any of this, you know, and they're just they're listening to their friend. If my friend come to me and told me these people were doing these awful things, thank you so much, I'd back them too, you know. So I get it.
Again, and that's what I'm saying, how like manipulative she is, and others that's in the group, when she just, for the Courtney situation, this is the only part I've ever been in, and it was only recent, and it was nothing about Courtney or a family. It was about money. And she knew exactly what to say and how to get everybody's backs up, saying that this lady was scamming. I never once fetched this young girl's sexuality into it, anything like that. It was only ever about the money. And like I say, I've holded my hands up and apologised to Courtney for that, because now I've been proved to be wrong. How many more people's been fooled by things that's been said?
Yeah.
Thank you, Pearl, for letting me up. I've got to drop. I've got to go and help my
You're
partner put the
welcome,
kids to
my
bed.
soul.
They're running back downstairs. I can hear them. But
Debbie, do you know that you're in the box?
yeah, my other half's downstairs with the kids, and they're getting all hyper, and I need to settle them to go to bed. So I'm going to let you all drop. But Keeks, you give me a ring after. I love you millions. Speak to you all later, ladies. Bye.
Bye, Sophie. Thank you.
Can I just say one thing, and I'm going to jump out? It's nothing bad.
Yeah, go on.
Hayley brought up about a guy, Taylor, that went missing in Northern Ireland. Yeah, but I don't know if you're from Northern Ireland and if you've heard her talking about it or him missing, but he's laid to rest today. So if she is listening, please keep get his name. That's my son's cousin that was laid to rest that she was talking about and making money off him. So Hayley, if you are listening, keep my son's cousin's name out of your mouth and do not make any money off him. I'm telling you.
Paula, do you want to message me with that, and then I can relay that tomorrow?
When he seen that today and yesterday, the other day, he went, Mummy, who is that? And I went, it's just a girl that covers things again. And he says she's no business doing that. That's all I want to say. But I'll give you a wee message.
Okay, I followed you, Paula.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks for that, my Paula.
Am I echoing, or is it someone else?
No, it's somebody got a bird in the background. I think
it's my birds.
I didn't know if it was me.
Hi, my baggy.
Hiya. I weren't gonna like come in, but I just felt like I wanted to come in just to kind of chip in a little bit of support, because obviously I was Hayley's mod for a little while, and like just listening to Kiki before was like, I'm quite stone-hearted, and like it made me feel sad. Like it's horrible. Yeah. But it's just been wild just listening to all this and like listening to people's stories, and especially like things I didn't know. I've heard so much stuff that I didn't know tonight, which is crazy. But one thing I did just want to say in response to what's his name, James Ozzy.
Yeah.
You mentioned something about the mods kind of going along with Hayley in regards to messages from people related to Jay Slater and things. I was sent the messages. So wherever they came from, whether that was the real person on the other end of those messages, I don't know. But if I don't know if I did ever comment on it, but if I did ever make any comment and say like, you know, she has spoken to them, I was sent stuff to either show or to make me believe that she'd spoke to them. I did just have a quick look then, and I couldn't. I think some might have been sent in Discord, and I was kicked out of the Discord. But I did find the ones from the Lucy girl. So yeah, I don't. It wasn't a case of like the mods were lying for her. That was certainly from my perspective. That was never the case, because I wouldn't do that.
Do you know the messages and things that you've got, my baggy? Do you want to like give them into Gemini? Because as much as evidence if they've got of what things that was going on, the better.
Yeah, I'll go back through and and grab him. There's nothing, you know, noteworthy even in them, but it's just a case of like, yeah, like I would never have lied and said, oh no, she did speak to this person, unless I was, you know, if your friend, if someone who you're friends with at the time tells you that they've spoken to somebody, I think it'd be a bit unreasonable to say to your friend, all right, can you like get a photo of them like holding up their ID and send it to me so I know it's not something you do, is it? If someone tells me they've done something.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But there could be some little things in there, my baggy, that doesn't make any sense to you, but when they put everything together, it all comes like in a big, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it'll all make sense once it's in a whole. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
I know I don't explain myself.
Pearl, someone's just asked a comment to be pinned saying, if Hayley was to come in, would you allow it to be her
Yes, I've
alone?
said that all the time. Of course she can come in.
But she wants it to be her alone.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Is it definitely her? Because she's deactivated her accounts, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Listen, she can definitely come in. So if everybody drops out and we want Hayley to have this conversation, I've said right from the start, Hayley's more than welcome to come in. Anybody else that wants to back up was allowed in. There's nobody blocked from here. So yes, she can. So if you all want to drop from the box, is she here now? Does anybody know if she's here now?
I'm more than willing to drop from the box.
Pearl, don't let her.
I feel sick. I've had too much kebab, but thank you for letting me.
Hey, not a problem, my baggy. Anytime, you always know you're welcome in. But it's not Hayley. What account is it?
Sure, backup's not deleted, so it's not. So it could be a fake account.
Hayley, do you want to come in just so we can hear your voice, and then I'll drop everybody out? No, the Hayley comment. If she's in here, come in, let us hear your voice, and then I'll drop everybody out. So it's up to you. If you want, request the box, mods will put you in, and like I say, then once we've heard your voice, we'll drop everybody out. Sorry, everybody, go on. What were you saying?
Guys, can I just add something in? Hey, Pearl.
Hi.
Can I just add something in? So me and Hayley follow each other, and the reason we follow each other is because a few of my followers was recommending my reading to her when I done a reading when she was covering the Jay Slater case, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason we even, crossed each other's paths. Now, a big while later, she was covering the Guyanese case with Adriana Young. And my daughter, her family is from Guyana, and my daughter's sister was up in the boxes with her mum, right? I know this is going to sound complicated. I'm trying to whittle it down. But my daughter's family was up in the boxes when all this was happening because my daughter's sister's mum lives in Guyana. So they was all covering the case, right? It did get crazy, it did get messy, and I think in the beginning, obviously, Hayley was trying to help, and the Guyanese people were really happy that Hayley was trying to help, but it got extremely messy. Now, one of the reasons I didn't do a reading on this is because it got messy. It was so dark, and I was like, I don't want it to seem like I'm trying to clout chase, because I just do readings on people that I think that I should do readings on, if that makes sense, not necessarily massive high-profile cases, because it gets a little bit much. Anyway, because of things like this, because it gets complicated, you can't please everybody. It is a very, very personal thing when you're dealing with people that have passed away, especially when it's true crime and things like that. It gets super messy. So yes, you do have to have some sort of ethics when you're dealing with these things and when you're dealing with big and large amounts of money. Now, what I was going to say is that when my daughter's sister was up in the boxes with her mum, regardless of whether we have a relationship or not, I messaged Hayley and said, look, that is definitely her mum, because Hayley kept doing videos saying, look, that's not even her mum. She was trying to discredit her. And I said, look, Hayley, I don't want this all over the internet. Obviously, now this has all come out. It's a while ago. But I said, look, I don't really want this all over the internet, but that is definitely her mum. Like, that's my daughter's sister. I can guarantee you that is the mum, but I'm just not going to get too involved. And she still went on again and made a video about them not being really related. And I was just like, what is she actually trying to do? Like, it's either you go against her and I didn't say anything because I'm not against Hayley. I just thought it was a bit weird. But I just don't get involved because it got so messy, and there's lots of rights, there's lots of wrongs. but I do remember a lot of the stuff about the money and it not being disclosed the exact amount because it got confusing. Because she didn't set up something specific for Adriana Young. It was just like across, you know, like Pearl, if you've got your gifts on and you say, right, every gift that's donated in this live is going to go to that, right?
Yeah.
That could easily have been the case, but there were so many lives held on it. She joined so many boxes and not all of the money was for Adriana Young. It would also be for Hayley. So how do you, so I think I'm trying not to sit on the fence because I know you get a poke up your ass, but it is difficult when you're doing what Hayley does. But when she has such a big following, you have to have general ethics. You can't just run amok on the app. Do you get what I'm saying? And she was going a bit dark with the family and it was just getting so dark that even I didn't bother messaging anymore.
That knocked me sick, the part where she was saying if they start saying anything, I'm going to stop the money, I'm going to say, do whatever, like say it about arson and whatever, putting the little girl back in that knocked me sick, and I can't believe things went to that level. And we know it's true because it was her saying it on a live recording,
right. And you know what, Pearl, that's another reason, especially ethically as a psychic, that's why I didn't do a reading, because I didn't want to be connected with the UK lot. Plus my daughter's family was not directly involved with the family, but they are direct. Guyana is not a very big island, like it's small, it's got a lot of people, but do you get what I'm trying to say? It's not as big as certain places. And there was a lot of stuff being thrown around and it made me uncomfortable. I didn't unfollow her because I'm just not petty like that. But at the same time, it was weird, especially after I've said to you, we follow each other. You should at least, I'm not saying we know each other, but you should at least take my word for it that that's my daughter's family. Like, I'm telling you, they are related. And then she goes to make a video after I've sent her the message confirming that. And she even liked my message because I said, oh, I might do a reading on it. And she liked the message and we moved on. Do you get what I mean? And that was it. We haven't spoken since. We're not in cahoots with each other. This all becomes too much. But when it involves money and people's children and vulnerable families and families that are in very different financial circumstances country-wise than ours, and we're all struggling. Do you know what I mean? It's like
I agree 100%, and that's what I'm saying to everybody. I think now that this has come to light, now however long this goes on, everybody can have the chance to get it out there, but I think we've only touched the tip of the iceberg. That I think the more people hear about this, the more people will come forward and they're going to have proof of what they've sent to her, what they haven't. Like I said, they haven't just walked up to her and give her a cash donation. There's got to be a paper trail at what's been sent to her, some way, shape or form. But I think we've just touched the tip of the tip of the iceberg, sorry.
Sorry, can I just put in and leave because I need to go and eat. I've not had dinner yet and stuff. But thank you so much for having me up and for the support and everybody, and thank you for everybody else for sharing their stories. I've learned a lot, and
you're welcome, my Kiki. But listen, well done to you, pardon me. Well done, and I'm proud of you for getting in and having your say. And like I say, don't let anybody now. You've come this far, my Kiki. Just be safe. Always be safe with it. But don't ever let anybody shut you down, and do never ever let anybody bully you, because at every given chance, and I know you always say I don't deal with the police, but I'm not in these circumstances. But I assure you, every time you get a threat, whether it be on a live, whether it be a message, whatever, please take it to the police. It needs. It needs seeing to like this because it's out of control now.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Well done to you, my Kiki. And listen, I've told you, there's always support here for you. This is always a safe room for you to come into, and you can always come in here and you will not be jumped on at any time, right?
Thank you.
Can I just say something before Kiki goes?
Yeah.
I've been seeing that everybody's bad-mouthing Kiki in the comments about, obviously, we were all taken in by Hayley. I was a mod at the same time as Kiki. I was kicked out, and Kiki came and apologised to me for taking her part in how I was kicked out of the community. And that's what I love Kiki to pieces. I loved her when I was there, and that shows the kind of person she is. Do you know what I mean? We've all been fooled by Hayley, and we've all been hurt by her. But now, standing up and showing that we can't take any more shit from her, basically. That we're all together and we all stand together and we are stronger.
I've seen it a few times. Gemma, you can get up in the box, listen. That's absolutely fine. You're typing "We love Hayley" comment. That's fine. This is not a hate live against Hayley. You can come up in the box. You can have nice things to say about her. Nobody's stopping anybody from getting in the box. It's not a hate live. All it is people coming, telling their stories, putting it out there for everybody to know what an absolute manipulative person she is and a bully behind the scenes. But if you love Hayley Comet, that's your prerogative. You can get up in the box and come and speak nice things. You're not going to be jumped on. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. That's fine.
You know what? I agree with that, because this app, you can't control everything. But when you're covering like real life cases, you're dealing with real life families. So nobody's discrediting the fact that she may have helped many people and brought awareness to things that even we don't see all of the time.
Yeah.
Like, she brings, but the other day she used a picture of somebody that was AI. It was an AI picture. It wasn't even the woman that passed away. The picture of the real woman that passed away was, I know it was what was going around the internet, but my point is, don't be so quick to jump on things because, look, Hayley's been on this app. We know how this app works. So again, ethics comes down to it. But I think there is a very thin line between how, treating people like ethically and then being greedy, because you could turn your gifts off for that live and just say, look, if you want to do this, then someone else can set up a, whatever it is. I don't know. It's difficult when you've got such a huge following. You can't please everybody all of the time.
Exactly.
But at the same time, do you know what I mean? But at the same time, it gets super messy. There's too many people that have got stories it's almost like Hayley gets like, I don't know, she digs her teeth in. If someone says she can't, she goes in harder, even if it's upsetting the family. And that is an issue. That's a personal thing, I think, maybe for her to, to deal with herself without going after.
Hey, my G. But that's what I'm saying. Even if somebody wants to come up and speak nice about you, you're not going to be jumped on. You're allowed your opinion. That's what.
Sorry, can somebody kick me? I'm not sure how to leave. Thank you so much for having me up.
Okie doke, my Kiki. I'll put you out. But listen, you're welcome in any time, and thank you for what you've done tonight, right?
Lots of love, Kiki.
Bye. But again, like I'm saying, if you want to come up and have a nice thing to say about her, just like they've said, there'll be lots of people that she has done nice things for. Nobody's like contradicting that, but come up and have your say. It's not a hate live against anybody. Like, it works both ways. So come in and have your say. Anybody else got anything to say on the matter?
No, I think I'm gonna get an early night tonight.
I just want to say that I'm proud of all the girls that are actually coming up now.
Exactly.
All of us should be pat on our backs to stand up against. I've been scared to come forward because of her outing me or whatever, and I was put in danger when I was in the community and everything. And I've been too scared to come forward. I've been speaking to a few people behind the scenes, and they've given me the courage to speak about, because there's not just me. Obviously, look at how many people we've had in to show that we're not just, and most of us are mods, which she's got to say something.
I get it. And that's what I said. Everybody can't be wrong.
Don't get me wrong, she's helped me out loads. Do you know what I mean? She helped me out loads when I was a mod, and she, like, in more ways than I can say thank you. Do you know what I mean? But then have it thrown back in my face when I was at my lowest point, and to be kicked out of the community and basically been threatened by the little lapdogs of Ella and Col or whatever her name was. But
see, I wonder, like, how, like the mods, because I know that there'll be an ear on fake accounts.
Yeah, we were told to make fake accounts to go in and watch people, and I've got fake accounts.
I know that there'll be an ear, but I wonder how you're feeling about the situation when all of these people's been up and all of these people's had this say, and everybody can't be wrong. How are you feeling by condoning, like, this behaviour?
It's disgusting. I'm absolutely disgusted in myself that I was part of it. I'm embarrassed for myself that I was part of it, and
do you know what, Laura? Sorry, babes. I don't know you, did you say that you was Hayley's mod?
Yes, I was. I was in Hayley's mod for a year, and then I got kicked out last year.
Okay. So yeah, don't feel ashamed. Like, everyone's looking for community on here. I think that's the point. Like, look, people with big accounts, they know that they have quite a big control over who they do let in and out of their small knit communities that end up being big communities, which is why I don't do it. When I first came on here, there was a whole bunch of people that was like, oh, we'll set up a Discord for you, and I was like, no thanks, like unless you want to yourselves, like I'm not going to be a part of it though, or Telegram or all. I just can't be asked, like honestly, that's just my own preference, just because it's pretty draining. But don't ever feel ashamed of trying to find community. And the point is, you was there for a while, and I think it's very easy to be discredited because when you're in it for so long, you then become a part of it, so then you feel a bit
I'm not that type of person either.
No. So don't take it on. It is what it is. Like I'm up here talking. I'm on the fence. Like Hayley's probably going to feel offended that I've spoken, but I'm not saying anything that's untrue. And at the end of the day, so what? Like you can't control your audience. Like people are allowed to see what they see. And we're all just observers. We're all just watchers at the end of the day, even if we are content creators or people that go live, or we're still watchers. We're still part of the audience. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, don't feel ashamed of it.
At least our community used to get blocked for going into others' lives or do you know what I mean? For following people she didn't like.
Yeah, if she didn't like a certain creator, we weren't allowed to go into their lives and watch them or anything. There's a lot of that we had to be. We're all about her.
Where's CLA sending trolls over to get your live taken down to everyone's
I know.
It's a nightmare.
I've had the same moderators for 4 years. How does this happen?
That's obviously shows something that's going on behind the scenes. Then I can't comment on what's going on now. A lot of what has happened now is shocked me that this has happened in the last 12 months since I left. Well, I got kicked out like 8th December last year.
Comments, and I swear to God, we've never had one single fallout or drama in our little group chat in 4 years. I am absolutely like gobsmacked. I just don't understand how it happens. And I would never have the audacity to tell my moderators who they can and can't watch.
Exactly. That's the same in here. I'll never say to people, if you go in this room or if you go in that room, you're not allowed in here. I'll never ever do that. The same as my mods know, even if the trolls are in and they're trolling me badly, just let them do what they do and leave them. If it's taking time out of their day, let them crack on. All it does is get me up the popular number 7. Thank you, everybody. Gets me up the popular. It gets comments in my room, whether it be good, bad or indifferent. I don't really care. Do you know what I'm saying? I will be lagging because everybody knows what's happening. Don't mention that person's name, please. And we're not saying anything wrong. We're not raising their voices, and don't put anybody else in the boxes, mods, please. So we're not doing anything wrong. We're just having a discussion. And like I say, it's but 5 o'clock tomorrow night, isn't it, my Gemini? Are you picking back up from where you ended?
Pardon?
Are you picking back up with the videos and things where you ended?
I'll pick back up where I ended, so I will, and hopefully have it better organised, because I didn't think you would go for doing it at the weekend, so I was like, I'll have a wee break today.
No, just in someone's comment someone's comment saying that Hayley was telling everybody that I was a beggar and to block me. That's why I got kicked out.
Take no note to the comments either, because they stir as well.
Yeah,
so.
There will be a lot of troll accounts in here. You've got to remember that it is a massive community. You guys were part of it. But also, you know, when these things happen, especially when it comes to bigger creators, it comes down to character and intention. What's your intention behind things, and what is your character? Because you are upholding a certain, you know, people are coming to watch you. And when people see that, even if you get shadow banned and you don't have a lot of people in your life for a while, because I used to get reported by a lot of people, and I got shadow banned for ages. And sometimes, especially if I'm not doing readings, sometimes I'll have like 20, 30 people in there. It's actually quite nice. It's not as much pressure, but other times there'll be over 1,000. So I just feel, at the end of the day, it is about your character and intention. And if you're not willing to jump on a wave with people or jump on a bandwagon, like I run my own ship, I don't let anybody else drive. I very rarely let people get on the passenger seat. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like,
I've just seen.
You gotta have more control. No, it's fine, honestly. But I just think once you've been in this situation, it does scare you into creating or joining other communities.
Yeah, it has. I'm very withdrawn with people now. I don't trust people.
But it's going to take time to get that trust back. But what you have to remember is there is still good people out there. Like, don't tar everybody with the same brush, and don't shut yourself off because you've had a bad experience, because this is the learning curve in life, as people say. Do you know what I mean? So you have to still dip your toe in the pond to find out if somebody's good or bad. Like, because you'll end up just shutting yourself off and like have no communication with people, and that's not
That's
like
what I've
on
done,
here.
yeah, I literally shut away from everybody, and I've just...
On here, I'll always have my own opinion, and I'll never be a sheep. And if the comments is going one way or the other way, I will always have my own opinion, and nobody will ever stop me from that. So you either love me or don't like
hate me, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? There's no in between with me. It's either all or nothing. That's how I am.
Everyone's saying, yeah, that it came from Hayley's mouth to herself, that's what she said about me. And I will defend myself. I never asked for money. Yes, she gave me some money to help me at one point. And I said I'd give it her back, and she refused.
But can I just say something as well to even who's in the comments? And this goes for mods that's still modding for it at the minute. Listen, even if you've said anything, right, don't ever let anybody, like, keep you in a position where they've got that over the top of you, because I would rather come out, if you haven't unalived somebody, or you haven't raped somebody, or you haven't done, like, something going along the children line. Barring from that, we all say things. We'll all send screenshots about each other. We'll call each other whatever in the comments. Don't ever let anybody hold anything over you. Own it. Say it with chest. Own it. And that's the way you have to think. What can anybody do? You're going to get unliked no matter what, right? So just think, well, I'm going to own that. And if they like me, they'll think, well, that's a true person. Yes, I'm still going to say it, even if everybody goes against me. Always be true to yourself, and you'll never go wrong.
That's why I wanted to come up and say sorry for my part in being manipulated by her as well, but also being in that.
But
and
even if you've called people and said bad things, and that goes for all of you, don't ever think, oh my God, I'm going to be hated for coming out and saying I said this, or to let somebody else come out and say, you said this about so-and-so.
Yeah.
Just own it. You've said it. So what? Just own it.
That's why I wanted to come and say sorry, and for having a part in it myself. So
exactly. Well, don't ever be sorry, because I mean, don't ever be sorry. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, say sorry for your partner, but don't ever feel bad. We all went down that, myself included, was hooked in to do with Courtney. Yeah. I was hooked in and went down that road. So quite easy, I could have went down a rabbit hole. But even if I had fucked up and said and done things, I'd still come out and owned it and said it with chest. Yes, I did say that. But again, just don't let anybody ever, ever have a hold over you.
It's took me a while to get to where I am now. Obviously, it took me for the first couple of months after it all happened. I felt lost because of that community spirit we all had, and it was constant day and night. We were always there for each other. That being kicked out straight away and with no explanation, and then being told by Ella and somebody else why, which it was pathetic reason. So,
something though, that sounds a little bit like coercive control, a little bit like reactive abuse. It sounds a little bit like coercion, like coercive, what is it? Covert narcissism.
We've spoke about a lot of this already, so we have.
Interesting. I didn't hear that bit. I didn't hear that because I've done a lot of research about that, just because I've been in some past relationships, and usually you can spot people quite closely, especially when they dismiss what you say and then make a whole story up. Going against what, that was a big red flag for me. I was like, hang on a minute, like what's going on here? And there's a lot of deflection all of the time.
I've given you a little follow. You should jump in sometime to one of my lives, and because everyone comes in, I only have a tiny platform, and that's the way I like it. Do you know what I mean? Because I can't deal with this problem. I don't know why the hell you do it. So, and a lot of the women from that group and men from that group come into my lives, and they would tell their stories a lot of the time and just explain how it made them feel. And
I've given you a follow back as well.
Okay.
But listen, everybody, listen, we back tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. My Gemini will pick up where she left off because I've got my beautiful grandson here he's come to have the night with his granny, and I don't want to have this conversation while he's here. But listen, big love and thank you to everybody that's come in. Anybody that wants to come in tomorrow night, you're more than welcome.
Thank you for letting me up.
Open quick. Oh, jump up my EQ, Minx. There we go. But anybody that wants to come in, you're always more than welcome. Hi, my EQ.
Hello, Pearl. How are you? You all right now?
I'm good, thank you, my baby. Thank you.
That's good. At least on that subject, she's extremely good at using Darvo. Have you heard of that?
Yes, I have, and it's funny actually because it almost felt like it happened with quite a few cases that because I'm looking at it. Sorry, Pearl. I know you just said that you need to go, but
you're not because I'm going to let Mazza have her say because she hasn't spoke either.
Oh, so go on. I'll go on then. Go on. I'll be quiet.
Hi, Mazza. Sorry about that. I didn't realise. I've just noticed you there.
Sorry, Pearl.
You're all right, Mazza. Does Mazza know she's in the box? No. Go on then. Who was ever talking now?
Yeah, she's extremely good at using Darvo. No one knows what that is. It's a manipulation tactic that it's an acronym for deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. So she denies any knowledge of doing anything wrong. Then she'll attack the person by what she's doing to like people like Kiki and stuff like that. Then what she's done now is deleted her TikTok accounts because she's now reversing it to become the victim.
Yeah.
She's using Darvo. I can see it a mile away.
Hey, what's funny you say, because I've noticed a pattern that every time, obviously, there's a large people that are going to come for her. It mustn't be very nice, but a lot of the time you put out it's like karmic, like a boomerang. But what I have noticed is that when a lot of bad things are happening, it will always be, oh, I've been sick. Oh, it's been one of my kids. Oh, and I've seen a lot of inappropriate stuff in her lives as well. But you know, I'm sorry,
She will always do that. She uses it consistently. She uses Darvo consistently. I've seen it for years and years and years. You'll never see me in her room. I will never speak to her. And this is the reason. She's an absolute covert narc. I'm telling you. Classic.
She's not a person I've ever watched. Honestly, I think the whole time I've been on the app, I've maybe been in a room just to say when she used to come into mine and send her heart me, I'd fly through, send her heart me, say hello and out. She's not a person I ever watched because I was never interested in that kind of, you have to be interested to sit in a room, don't you? Do you know what I'm saying? So like that's all I would ever float through, and maybe half a dozen times if that. So I never really knew anything about her. But again, it's just, I think it's bad on every level, and I think we are only the tip of the iceberg, eh, my Jamie? Yeah. Only the tip of the iceberg, and there's lots more to come out. However many nights this will take for my Gemini and the girls to go through it, they're more than welcome to use the platform to get it out to a bigger audience. I'm drunk, hiya. Lucky you.
Can I say a big up to EQ as well? Because EQ's always stood by us on this as well. She stood by the Adriana Young case, so she did. The two Angies did too, but now they're making light of it, so... But thank you very much, Pearl. Thank you so much.
Listen, not a problem, but I'm sorry to dash everybody, but my Andrew's here.
You enjoy your evening, Pearl. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.
So much. So listen, everybody, I'll jump on in the morning for an hour, but tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, we will pick up where we left off. Big up to everybody that's come in. Thank you for everybody for speaking up, and big up to my EQ as well. As the girls just said, she's always been behind them, and we'll carry it on tomorrow.
Enjoy your evening. Bye.
Good night. You too. Good night. God bless. Thank you so much to me amazing mods, each and every one of yous, and to everybody that's been in. Big love and well done to everybody, right? See yous all tomorrow. Mwah. Bye, me babbies. Say bye. See yous tomorrow. Bye.